Okay. Yep.
So
Am I
just
here?
the random junk.
Yep, we can hear you.
Random junk.
Are you here? Yeah.
Think you are?
Hello, Fang. Welcome, welcome. Good to have you.
Does my mic ever mess with the game or anything, or is my mic okay?
You sound
Sounds
okay.
fine.
Yeah,
Sounds
you
good.
sound great. You sound great, man.
Okay.
All right.
Uh,
Excellent. Hey, quick mention.
Okay.
It says in the party loot we have a basilisk egg in there. I think
Oh,
we
we
put
don't have that
back
in
in
it.
the swamp.
Yeah, I dropped
Okay.
it off in the swamp. Yeah.
Gotcha.
let me see.
All right. Excellent. Everyone, welcome back. I think, I hope everyone's had a great week so far. And if you guys are all ready, why don't you go ahead and mark down your inspirations and we'll get the game started here.
Cool.
We return tonight, or today, I guess, where you are in the world, to Stilben after quite a fancy event, if I might say so. Oh, actually, I did mention I would before. Why not? Let me hop on video just to sort of hang out. Hey, friends, how's it going? All right. Hello. All right. So, yes, to hop back in where we were with a brief recap, as always, while you all take a look at your characters and refamiliarize yourselves. We spent some time in the city. Fang sort of stepped away and spoke to the local gang boss. And got sort of like a new assignment that he turned down. Fang had a suspicion that these people might be working with these strange, like, cultists. These people are working with this, like, shadowy, like, weird dragon that's in the area, but they very much so seemed to be very unaware, at least, of any sort of cultish activity, which put his mind a little bit at ease. Now, you sort of had a moment, spoke with the dwarven sergeant, Bunmer Shallowmeyer, and you told him about the dragon and those strange, like, hooded individuals. He informed us that the group speaking to the dragon are a mercenary sort of group, a group of adventurers of sorts, not too dissimilar like yourselves, that call themselves the Red Path. And there's people who have been going around doing all kinds of dangerous things, stealing, destroying, killing, across the entirety of Exandria, this world. Why they're here now? Well, we started to kind of speculate a little bit here. You realized, and you were told that the sergeant had some sort of an important item, some artifact with him that was stolen from him not too long ago. We realized, like, okay, we turned in the information here. We have a fancy party to go to, as the sergeant said that, like, the captain of the guard is gonna want to hear about this. His Captain Arten Jitel. We decided to go shopping for some suits and dresses, and then went to this sort of nobleman's gala gathering. We enjoyed drinks and food and a good time, and we met also this strange, like, almost robotic man, this individual called Vasil, who introduced himself as some sort of a collector and a scholar who was looking to hire you for your services of, at this point, semi-famous mercenaries and adventurers. Need some items recovered, and you guys sort of, he just sort of handed you his card and offered some future work with him. So he seemed like a strange individual. Everything was going well for the party. We were dancing and having a good time. Met some of the people here. One of which was this Mr. Krod Mokobash, who is this, like, just like orcish cobbler, a boot maker who might be able to make some even enchanted boots for some of you that
New
Noko had
friend.
Yes, Noko had another, like, huge friend at the party here to hang out with, and made a sort of like a business associate-ish. Everything was going great until the very crescendo of the evening, where we were given medals, sort of badges of honor for saving all of those people from those horrible troglodytes. Before you realized something was wrong. Orlin quickly realized that the amulets, these badges that were like medals, had some strange tracking magic upon them, then the true sort of horror of the situation set in. As we quickly realized, we've seen these people around before. You looked on in recognition and horror and sort of moment of shock as you looked about maybe 40 or 50 of these 120, 30 members, these guests, these noblemen here. Maybe 40 or 50 of them you have seen before. You've seen their mutilated bodies being disposed of in a lake in the swamp. At this point, after which point you saw them rise as zombified monsters, and handing you the medals here, the captain of the guard was no other than that shadow ghoul creature, the more powerful, massive ghoul with gigantic, short sword-sized claws and twin tongues that rolled down all the way to the floor. You quickly look around, realizing we gotta get the fuck out of here fast. So you begin to move. You begin to sort of weave through the crowd and get the hell out of there. Orlin, looking around, thinking like, how is this possible? We've like danced with these people, we shook hands, such. They're not cold to the touch. They're not like they don't seem to be undead of any kind. The ones that were dropped, the bodies that were dropped in the swamp became undead, but these can't be undead. As he started to theorize, these might be some sort of slime or ooze creatures. We quickly, afterwards, left the party, just as Fang had a moment of sort of thinking that, realizing, like, I figured it out, I know what's sort of going on here, these people are in danger, wanting to do something about it. The party started yelling out to him, realizing, seeing the decisiveness in his eyes, started yelling out to him, aka the sidekick, like, hey, come on, we're getting the fuck out, what are you doing? As you manage to somewhat subtly leave this place. We did have a brief conversation again with the Dwarven Sergeant, Shallowmeyer, and told him that not everything is okay, and he sort of realized that something's wrong and told you meet him at the Salty Tusk bar where you first met him in an hour or so, where you can talk more openly. Yeah? So, as we return now to the Salty Tusk, as the carriage that you're gonna use to get here drives you all the way back here, we, like the audience, right? We hear the sound of music. The town is celebrating. There's music, people in taverns, glasses being broken and such. People are laughing, playing cards, but there is this muted kind of tone to it. The music begins to kind of fade away into the background as we begin to very quickly find ourselves at our table, our usual sort of table where we all sit together. As we see some of the people walking on by us, and they're, just going on about their business. Nobody knows. Nobody has any idea what happened or what is happening. As you all sit there, realizing, holy shit, what just happened? As you finally have a moment by yourselves, huddled together here, and I'm talking like it's like 1 a.m, so the bar only has like a few more patrons around. There's a few individuals who are just like drinking, having a good time, but like way too drunk already. Some of them are like finishing the back end of their like card games here, right? They're like settling for the night. As all of you kind of sit there and look amongst yourselves, realizing what the fuck just happened. Fig and Noko, you guys kind of know what's happened because it was kind of semi-communicated. Urgency was communicated to you, but not like
that's about it.
exactly what is going on. So
Yeah.
as you guys look around, nobody looking at you, nothing. As you guys sit down, it's just you guys here. What are we talking about?
I think Noko would be going to like get in Fang's face a little bit and just demand like, what the hell was that about? I don't know what is happening with these guys, but you don't go off on your own like that.
Fang is hmm. Uh,
Is Fang
I
still
think
very much so like distracted as we saw him before?
yeah, because he's pretty much trying to think of a way to like stop all this or expose it all. But
I mean,
I'm
your
coming up with
focus,
blanks.
your focus is immediately disrupted as a big, powerful Goliath woman gets in your face.
Oh,
Get out of your head and start talking. What was that about? Everybody was telling you to come. Get out. I'm sure they will tell us what's going on, but you have to wrap us
because
listening, boy.
we need to. Shouldn't we like try to save these people?
Well, why the fuck
Because
would we
all it
do
takes
that?
is
We don't owe these people
all it
anything. I
takes.
say we skip town.
Hey Nancy, what the fuck is going on? You told us to get away and Orlin too?
Well,
All right. So, go on. You can go first if you like.
remember those people when we walked off to go meander with the dragon and we said there was a bunch of ghoulish people and they came back to life? They may have
Yeah.
been at the party.
The ghouls?
Ghouls, zombies, whatever your term of phrase, yeah.
The party?
Yeah, a lot of the guests were the undead people. But I think Orlin mentioned something that he thought they were oozes rather than undead.
Yeah. So I don't think they're undead. I mean, their faces match with the dead corpses we saw, but I mean, I think there's some sort of slime or ooze that doesn't seem undead to me.
But they didn't seem undead in any kind of manner. It is normal.
They were
I mean,
dancing, drinking,
they're very.
and celebrating.
Yeah, that's why I don't think they're undead, but I think some sort of slimes which are copying the appearance of these dead people for whatever reason.
I'm gonna be straight with you. If this was just you telling this and not two people, I would think you crazy. How do you know this?
Well, I mean, I could see certain things when they were looking at us, and then the necklaces they gave us, the amulets had tracking
You still
magic
have the
on them.
box.
Yeah, I put the box in front and said we probably need to do something with this.
What's in
maybe
the
we could carry
box?
it.
What's in the
It's
box?
the medals.
it's everyone's medals. They
Oh,
have
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
tracking
remember he
magic.
was grabbing your guys'
they have-
medals and put them in a box. It's the druidic lock box that can only be opened by druidic magic that you guys took off that portal guy, which was with the poachers.
What's wrong with the medals, you say?
they've got tracking magic of some sort on there, so people can keep tabs on where we are.
I can get rid of them later.
Yes, please.
Well,
I
just
think
dig
they can
hole
be a
somewhere.
tool. Because if we can somehow manipulate the enchantment, we can have them think we're anywhere.
I mean, well, if we want them to think we're somewhere else, we could just pop the thing there, right? I mean,
You could
yeah.
give them to some other people.
yeah.
The
The only reason I wanted
They're
to put them in the
getting out
box
of
is
town?
just so we could decide what we're doing with them.
We can't give them to other people. We should just get rid of them.
I'm gonna be honest, I say we just cut our losses and get out of town. Maybe go to Western. I hear they have nice bagels.
I can't leave.
Why can't you leave?
I mean, easiest option honestly might be if we just can go to like a local blacksmith or something. We can just get some lead. If I can
Well,
put it
Okay,
on the
some-
inside of this box, I mean, I'm pretty sure. All right, so you'll be able to tell me this or not, DM, but as somebody who knows a little bit about this type of magic, I think it's fairly common knowledge that lead basically is a non-starter for this type of, for like most magic won't get through lead.
Yes,
right? Yeah.
yes. Lead is generally believed to have some anti-divination kind of
Yeah.
the alloy of it is just enough anti-divination where people can't easily, or if even where powerful spells might be able to sort of look into you. However, lead will usually like hamper that or disrupt it, or where someone would be looking at you through like a camera lens, it would be all blurry instead, right?
So I mean, we've got a bit of money. I mean, it wouldn't be difficult, and then we've got the option to use these at a later point if we want. Or for right now, we could just dig a hole and throw them in. For now.
I'm a little offended you ain't come to me because I'm a bit of a blacksmith myself.
Well, I said it out loud in front of you, hoping that you would pipe up and say
Yeah, it's kind of rude that you just like would assume that I'm not a blacksmith.
We can take him to a blacksmith.
The only way I could make this more clear is if I looked at you and said, "If only there was a female blacksmith who shapeshifts occasionally."
Yeah, if only
Nancy's
there was a blacksmith nearby.
Like, you a blacksmith with those muscles? You're joking.
Hey, I have means. You ever see those dwarves? They use mechanisms. I can figure it out.
I don't know what the mecha whatever is, but I think so. Orlin, you want to hide the magic from anyone looking.
Well, I just think
Nancy, you want to sleep down. Bang, you don't want anyone else to get hurt. Okay, he kind of softens a little bit. I'm with you there, Fang. I don't think we should get anyone else in danger because of this. If they are in danger, but if the magic just disappear, won't they come looking? And I wonder what's happening. Whoever it is that's following this.
That's why I'm saying if we can somehow manipulate the magics, we can maybe make it seem like we're just in the bar, maybe like perusing around town, that sort of thing.
I will say,
but I mean,
Nancy. Oh, sorry to interrupt. I was going to say, Nancy, as a wizard, you once again very clever, very intelligent. You think to yourself like, well, we can possibly do something, mess with the magic, right? I'm a wizard. One thing I understand is magic. One thing I also would understand immediately is like, yes, if we do something with these where they would like block out sight or something, that might indicate to whoever's looking that you're onto something. Right? You guys figured out the party. They were looking at you and talking to you as if like they had no clue, right? They don't know that you know that something's up, right? If you start actively like, like VPNing them, right? Blocking the view, right? They might figure out like what's going on here. Why are they hiding? Oh, wait. Right?
They go to scry on us and they just get a NordVPN ad.
I mean, if that, if that is
what the fuck is Nord?
I mean, if that is the case, I mean, there is nothing stopping us. Like, we have rooms here. We could just leave them in the room.
Well, then it's a little suspicious if we're just in one place.
No, but I mean, as long as we come and move them within the next day, I'm sure it'll be fine.
You see Sir Floofers looks to Fig here, says, Mistress, if I might, with my speed and alacrity, I could move these around town. Of course, I wouldn't be available for you as a servant at all times, but I could perhaps move these strange objects around town, making it seem like they are moving.
I mean, hell, we could just tie him to like a pigeon or something and have it fly around.
You see crawling out, like the back of your shirt is Quip, the little demon says, I can be a pigeon.
No, you can be a bat. That's different.
Right. That's way worse. He's just crying.
Also, Quip, did you get anything? I told you to steal stuff.
I did. He takes off some lady's like fingernail, like a clip-on fingernail.
Oh, okay. Is it at least bedazzled? Is it like jewel encrusted? No.
It's been twice the size. I've been eating it for a better part of 2 hours.
I will just turn around to everyone actually and say, do you know what? Actually, that's a good point about a creature. The idea is good, but maybe their familiar is too valuable, honestly. I said, I don't really use a familiar mostly, but I could. I mean, if anyone's got 10 gold's worth of incense because you guys can cast it, I can cast it as a ritual, summon a bird, and just send it because I won't be using it for anything. We can very much, like, it's of no loss to me. I don't use it for anything.
I gotta check, though, quickly with you here, Northy. I think yours only lasts a certain amount rather than infinitely, unless they did away with that.
It's a couple of hours, but it still lasts a while.
Yeah.
Like, it still lasts a while. I mean, and, yeah.
Fang, you have your own familiar as well here. You guys have some means of, if you want to make it seem like this going, like, it's middle of the night right now, so we realize, like, okay, nobody knows that we know. We are safe. Now we gotta figure out what to do with this information, right? We can go to sleep and everything and continue living our lives, but there's something terribly wrong happening within this town, and we could do something about it. But
All
Nancy's
right.
also right. Nancy's right saying this is not our problem. Western is like a week and a half away. We can just book it, right? Except, of course,
DM,
yeah.
I just checked it lasts until a long rest. So,
awesome.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So, yeah, if I do it in the morning.
A bird per day. Very good.
Yeah, I mean, we could just have it roaming around town slowly if we want, and we could almost not think about it until we want to do anything with it. Just as an idea to
DM, Nancy kind of wants to study the amulet, like metal thing, and see if she can't like ascertain like the exact nature of the enchantment.
Absolutely. Give me an Arcana roll.
Perfect.
I was just looking at that. I'll turn to Fig and say, "Are you alright?
Orlin.
Did you see anything strange at the party, Fig?"
Orlin, give her guidance.
You said
tap on
Arcana?
the shoulder and go, best luck to you. Can I assist them? Sorry, I have
yes,
Arcana.
you can. Real fast, Fear. As you help and give a guidance here, as she's doing this little ritual to figure this out. Yeah, when we look over to Fig, the milk cocaine has worn off. You're feeling a little tired. It's late. You did a little dancing with these people. You were the closest to many of them. Like you said, you were like dancing with people, talking to people the whole time. Not one of them seemed like a fucking rotting ghoul creature.
No, they're all normal. No ghouls, no stickies.
Yeah, I didn't see any ghouls either.
I will say,
No, they were normal people.
Retroactively, real fast, Fig, can you go ahead and give me an insight roll?
Nope.
13. Okay. With a 13, I think just sort of like looking, interacting, being a very social person, interacting with the crowd and such. One thing that you would have sort of like just like overheard while the evening is going on, which now thinking back on it, you're like, maybe that's something. A few points. Some people mentioned that like that Jacob Trust, the son of the Margrave, what a great guy. He didn't used to be like that, you know. He was like a drunk and always got into trouble and such. Look at how he fixed himself up ever since he met that fiance of his, that like beautiful tiefling actress lady. Ever since he met her, he turned his entire life around and started like organizing these big parties for his mother and such. But I've heard that ever since he got like better and started acting differently, his relationship with his mother has got a lot more sort of strained. I don't know what that's about. And just sort of thinking back on it, for whatever reason, you just sort of think of that, what you heard.
Well, do you remember the old lady and her son?
Yes.
I mean, I heard people talking about them, and he used to be a drunk, but he seemed pretty cool. And he's married or getting married to that tiefling lady, and everyone was talking about that she changed him.
Holy shit,
Do we
you're
trust
paying
tiefling
attention.
ladies? Yeah.
Sure. I've only been backstabbed by 2, but I've known 5, so it should be fine.
Well, I don't know. It just seemed odd that they were all talking about that, and he changed like all of a sudden. It seemed like, I don't know. But hey, I don't want to leave here. Don't we have to help Sergeant BS?
BS?
Find his. Isn't that his? I can't
That's
remember.
not very.
Bun Mershalomeyer, BS.
Yeah, it's easier that way. Don't we have to help him find his thing? That paper that the dragon has, but it's the other paper.
Who gives a
I
fuck about a
see it.
paper?
I think
You
we
like
need to
someone
find
else-
that paper.
Would you like someone else calling you a BS? It's good to remember people's names. Important.
You know I can't do that. I barely remember your guys' names.
Good, because I don't remember yours.
That is concerning.
There's too many people in the world. You can't remember everyone's name.
Yeah, you have too many letters in your name, too.
Fig?
Yep.
Yep, there's
Are
one
you
too
dumb?
many.
Oh. It's pretty short.
As you guys are sort of like talking amongst yourselves here, you hear the door open. You see Cadman, who's like cleaning up the glasses and the mugs and such. Look over and he looks like surprised, like, what is this guy doing here? And walking on in, you see still in his sort of like ceremonial, ornamental, kind of like just for the looks rather than purpose armor. Walking in is the sergeant. You see the dwarven sergeant who walks on in. Big old grumpy face as always, just in a bad, sour mood as always. We see him. He sort of walks in, looks around, sees that it's empty. He says, Godwin, I hope I'm not disturbing. Where are the points to you guys, says, they forgot something at the gathering, and they sent me over to ensure our heroes are taken best care of. Gavin just sort of squints, says, all right, I sent a sergeant to do that? All right, if you say so. And he just like grumbles to himself and makes his way over to you.
Before he makes his way, I would like to lean over the table quickly and ask, do we trust this guy? Is he one of them?
Absolutely not. We need to kill him.
I'll make an insight check.
Hey, Sergeant! Sergeant! Hey! I
Can
wave at
I,
him.
GM, can I,
Okay, shit.
Ooh, nice. So what were you again saying, Fang?
So I pretty much grew up in this city. Not completely, but in that time, I'm sure I've had some type of run-ins or passing by of the guy.
Yeah, for sure. Are you wondering, like, what do you know about him? You don't need to make any sort of role. Being a local, you just know about this guy, yeah? So this guy's been a guard here for a better part of, like, 30, 40 years. He's been here for a very long time. He is an absolute hard ass. One thing everyone knows about him, he hates mercenaries. He does not like adventurers. Adventurers come in, ruin the town, chaos. He hates chaos. He wants things to be, like, nice and neat and everything. Hates mercenaries. You realize him interacting with you guys is, like, very annoying for him. But you've never, like, you know him to be like a law-abiding individual, not like strict to the law, everyone's gonna go to prison type of stuff, right? But he's never been promoted to a captain in his, like, most of his life that he's been working here. There's always been some, like, human that's been promoted over him. So he's skipped, like, multiple generations of being promoted to captain. There's only one captain, there's a few sergeants, right? He's one of these, like, sergeants. Generally a hard ass, but you've not known him to be like corrupt or shady in any way. Like if nobody else, he's been the one who's trying to like put an end to the clasp and fight against them on like every corner, stop them and stuff like that. But of course they are elusive and it was never able to like pull that off.
Quick question: is he right in front of Nancy and like as described on the thing?
He's making his way to our table as Noko asked, do we trust this guy?
All right.
So my question is, can I use that information to try and gauge if he may be like an imposter? So like use a really long ago memory of something he did and see if he remembers that.
I will say that looking over at Noko's reaction here, Noko, you look at this guy here and you see that he is trying to hold it together, but he's like shit, like shitting himself with just absolute like, oh my god, something horrible is happening, right? After you guys told him that like something's up, something's wrong. Yeah, right?
I'm sorry, I completely forgot that we have we talked to him already?
Yeah, you told him basically like something's wrong, something's going on, not everything.
Oh, okay, that's my bad. Yeah, I didn't remember that, so I was asking the party if we trust this guy, and then Nancy said no, we should kill him, and then I rolled an inside check for Nancy. So I think Nancy's talking shit.
So you're rolling an insight check?
Yeah.
You did already there with a 24.
Yeah,
24 is a high number.
I'm able to tell you. Are you making shit up, or
no? She genuinely thinks we should kill him if he's an imposter.
If he's an imposter, yeah.
Also, weirdly, you get like a weird sense of insecurity with Nancy with that high of a roll.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Yeah, very good. As you kind of look at him, you with their insight roll, you're looking at him, and he's like panicked in a way that's like, oh god, another problem, something's going on. Not like I'm nervous to talk to these people. He's not nervous about you guys in any way. He's just nervous about like what's going on.
As soon as she gets to the table, Nancy like says, "Hey, can I see your hand real quick?"
Huh? What? All right. Why?
Does he give her her does he give her her hand?
Yeah, hold his hand out.
She takes like a small knife from the table and pokes his hand to see if he bleeds.
Hey, He goes to like, ow, what the hell was that? And you see a little red blood trickle down. Yeah?
All right, I'm pretty sure he's not an imposter. Because I
You see
don't
his
think
blood sort of
ooze is
trickle onto the
bleeding.
floor. You see blood kind of trickle on the floor, and crawling over the floor is Quip. He starts like eating his
Nip.
drop.
Quip,
That's
Quip,
a real guy,
Quip,
all right.
go invisible. Quip, go invisible.
He disappears. Says, "Well, that's a weird looking rat you have."
And
Anyway, what was that about?
Well, I think Orlin can explain it better, but pretty much everyone at the party was imposters, and I was checking to see if you bleed.
Right, you said something was wrong, and you said that people are not what they seem. What the hell's going on here? Imposters? How? In what way? What does that mean?
Orlin, that's your cue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just go. All right. So we saw some dead bodies rise out of the water, right? And these people,
Right, you mentioned with the dragon or whatever.
yeah, and the people we saw there today had the same faces, but alive. And I think there's some kind of slime. Don't think they're undead. I think there's some sort of slime. Or ooze type creature.
Slime
Or
like
ooze type creature.
like soup?
No,
What kind
like
of soup are
like
you
an
eating that's
amorphic
slimy?
creature which can morph its form into forms of another humanoid.
That's not good. All right, hold on. Let me think. Well, I mean,
And also, these necklaces have trackers on them. They're
okay,
trackable.
trackers? The ones that the
Well, they're
captain
trackable.
gave you?
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe not.
Yeah, they have tracking magic on them.
Why? Okay, amongst the crowd, you say you saw quite a few of them. Anyone of note? Anyone that I should be looking out for the most?
What was it? The Margrave's son? Was it the Margrave's son?
You haven't seen him, but you've seen
sorry.
the captain of the guard. This
Okay.
guy's superior.
So yeah, so I'll say, well, your boss, the captain of the guard, is
His
probably
eyes
the
go
bigger
wide
point of
immediately.
concern.
What? I can't believe this. Oh, thank the gods. I was going to talk to him later tonight about what you found out in the swamp and everything.
Yeah, you 100% would have
Yeah.
died. I'm just saying, not judging your skill, but you probably would have died.
Well, I'm pretty mean with a hammer, but okay, all right.
I
that's
elbow Fig a little bit. Oh, come on, you heard something as well. Now's the time.
Now everybody else is talking. It's fine.
Sort of looks over and says, "What did you hear? Huh?"
Maybe the kid of the old lady. People are talking about him a lot. Isn't he weird? Different?
Jacob Trust, that little well, he was a shite before.
And then he was good all of a sudden?
And he seems sort of thinking about it. Says, "Huh. I guess I never thought about that. You're right, Miss. A few months ago, he was always pulling him away from people in bar fights, getting drunk, passing out in ditches, having to drag him back home. Half of Stilben know this guy was just a drunkard, tossing away his mother's money. And then there was like a few weeks where he just like didn't hear much about him or something, and then he just started organizing these parties. I mean, they said they sort of what I've heard, the captain and the Margrave and the rest of these people were talking, that he sort of turned his world around. Apparently, he was so drunk one night and then ran into someone. And apparently he fell in love, they're saying. He fell in love and this person turned his world around or something of the sort. I think that's the songstress, the tieflin lady, the horned lady at the party. I think what was her name? Ash. Her name was Ash. I don't know her last name, if she has any or not, but she's not from around here. I don't know where she's from. She just sort of showed up some months ago.
He's probably bad too. She pulls his she reaches out to pull on his beard. Hey, not hard. Not hard. She just pulls on it. She's like she likes it. Hey, does it bother you that I call you Sergeant BS?
What? Why do you? Yes, obviously. That's not my name's Bunmer.
I told you, Fig.
But it's
It's not
long.
polite.
Bunmer
Why be?
Esso something.
Why not just sergeant? Sergeant's even shorter.
Because there's more than one sergeant in this town.
Well,
How
do you
would they know I'm
any
talking
other
about
ones?
you?
Oh, but,
No,
well,
but I
all
could.
right. Okay, fine. This is not that important. Okay, you can call me Sergeant BS. Whatever.
We
That's
call
fine.
you shallow.
Can I
Okay.
braid? Can I braid your furry thing on your head?
Ugh.
She moves behind him.
Why are you like this? Where do you have all this energy? Yes, fine. Let me sit. And he sits down in your spot as you like reach around and start like doing his beard. Okay, so you heard about Jacob. You heard. I will say it's been not weird. I didn't thought it was weird before, but the captain has been a lot more sort of proactive and active about like the security of like many of the like the towns like shipments and merchandise and such, rather than the previous issues we had with like do you all know who the Myriad is? I will say, Fang, you
Yes.
know immediately who this is. Noko, you know immediately who this is. The rest of you guys can give me brief history rolls. I'm going to say, Orlin, you don't know who this is.
You said history?
History, yes. Nice. Fig, not too familiar with this name before. Myriad sounds like a group of many or something like that. That's about
Lot of
all you can
something.
kind of glean. Yeah, a lot of somethings. But for those of you in the know, like Fang, like Noko, and like Nancy here, who's heard about it from her travels, Myriad is the opposition, if you will, to the local class. Class being the criminal group that has been sort of spreading through in the shadows of Taldorei, doing all this stuff. Myriad is a criminalistic organization from Wildmount, the continent to the east of here, that has been slowly starting to encroach onto the Lucidian coast, this side of the continent of Taldorei. Right? As he says, captains Jetel, he was more interested in before. We were trying to stop and root out Myriad's activity and such, but as of late, he sort of kind of hand waved it a little bit, left it to some of the like lower ranking officers and sergeants. I thought this a little odd, but the town's been growing lately, so we need a lot more sort of like storage spaces and security for those places and such. He kept a ledger with him at all times. He keeps it with him always. I wonder. Sort of looks to you all. Looks outside as it's still like very dark. He says,
Where does he keep it on him?
Yeah. He looks to you and kind of points to you. Says, he didn't bring it to the party tonight. I looked it over. Usually he has it in hand. Doesn't let go of that thing. Sizable thing too. Keeps information about all the travel, folk coming in and out of town, you know, passages and different kinds of like storage units and such. I'd bet he'd left it at home. He looks to you all, says, I hate having to ask adventurers for this kind of chaos. Chaos is the last thing this town needs. And he looks down at his beard and we see like braided beard and such. Fig, can you go give me a sleight of hand roll here, or a performance roll, to see how well you can sort of arrange his beard? And if you roll over a 15 or above, incredible. What does his beard look like? What have you like arranged it to look like?
I've done like a French braid, you know, one of the fancy ones, and then I like tucked it into itself, like you do
Okay.
when you're like people who are getting married. Women, brides often have
Mhm.
those fancy braided
Sorry.
buns, so it kind of looks like that, which looks kind of weird on his face, but you know,
He looks down.
it's
and says,
well made.
Yeah. He looks down at it like, it's not bad. Have you ever thought about becoming a tailor? Perhaps you have the finger depth for it. Huh?
Yes, every day. I think a lot of things.
Okay, all right. Well, I mean, hey, maybe go out and achieve whatever. It's your life anyway.
Did you find your missing piece of paper thingy?
No, it's still going. It disappeared a few weeks ago, but that's what I'm starting to think now. Now, the captain, he had this ledger with him, this almost like a diary. He keeps it with him. I thought it odd that he brings it everywhere, but I thought he was maybe just very Spartan about it, very clandestine and clean, likes to keep all of his information on him. Didn't bring it tonight. Do you all think,
We can break into his house. I got you.
I hate asking for chaos of adventurers, but he points to you, Nancy, says, I think that's exactly what I might be asking here. Do you think you can, without causing too much of a ruckus or a scene, make it into his home and find this thing before he's back? I mean, I think we have a few more hours before he's back from the Margrave's party. He lives in central Stilben. Is maybe 20 minutes from here. But the area at this time of night, especially that nicer area of town, it's got a lot of folk marching around, guards and folk working through the night and such, preparing for the day. A lot of these folk are like elves and such. They don't sleep much. I think, though, this might be some sort of a golden opportunity. I know it's a crime of what I'm asking you to break into another man's home, but you're saying this is not
We'll
the
do it.
man I remember. All right, so you agreed a little too eagerly there, kind of fast.
Don't worry.
I think
Alright.
it
Don't
is
worry
probably
about a
the first
thing.
time in
They won't know we
history
were
of-
there.
And Kumias, what
first
were
time
you
in the first time in the history of adventuring, no one is wearing heavy armor.
saying? He looks
think
around
we
you
could
like,
do it.
wow, holy shit, no giant like paladins
Yeah.
fighters. He says, right, well, I can't be associated with this, right? I can't, if someone
You're
catches
not
you or
associated.
Exactly. If
Yep.
someone catches you and finds something about you and learns that I know what you've told me, I'll just be next. So I suppose I'll try to do some investigating on my part, try to maybe get him followed, but hard to tell. I don't know who I can trust around town now. Now I've always had a sense that people were there's something bad and stinking going on in this town, but now you've deeply induced paranoia in me, yeah? Alright.
Not
Yeah,
to not to
that's-
backtrack a
yeah.
little bit, but what did I get for the 24 Arcana roll?
Oh, right. Sorry, we sort of skipped over it a little bit here. With the 24 Arcana, these medals have imbued with them a spell that is a not particular spell that you sort of know of. However, it's almost like a mix of two spells. A weaker version of a Hunter's Mark spell, allowing someone to easily track, aka like have advantage on Wisdom survival rolls to track the person, as well as a minor version of the locate creature spell. The spell cannot locate the exact location of the creature, but the general area of about 300-foot radius around the person.
So
So
I
they
get
can kind
the
of like see an area of the town and to know you're kind
so
of.
effectively they would know we were at the tavern right now, but not particularly at this table.
Exactly. They would know that you're like in this area of the docks, so they would probably guess you're around the tavern because they kind of like heard that you guys started your adventuring there, but probably not like they're at that table at that window.
Do I get the sense that the hunter mark is bound to the metal or to the person who put it on?
The enchantment, the whoever has the metal on wherever the metal is.
All right.
Does Nancy tell us this?
Nope.
Or okay,
No,
just
okay.
checking.
He just assumes you guys wouldn't understand.
But yeah, the to the sergeant, I'll say, yeah, it's you need to stay away from the captain because the way that they've been taking people is they'll pretty much. This is just a guess, but it's a good guess. They sneak up on someone, either kill them or take them away to be killed later, and then because they have them, they can easily like create their copy in that same spot. So that person can't just go about their day as if nothing happened.
Okay, right. Right. Okay.
Maybe.
I'm trying to wrap my head around this here. I'm no wizard. I don't know about what'd you say, yogurt creatures? I don't know about anything of that. I don't know.
It's weird that you know about yogurt and not about slimes.
I know about yogurt. Is everyone knows strawberry fruit? Anyway, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know about Jello. Not my specialty. I'm not a wizard, right? But what I'm good at is gathering information. I'm heading back to the station right now, and I'm going to inquire about some of these people, some of these faces. If you guys can, is anyone artist amongst you? Can you sketch some of these faces for me so I know who I'm looking for? Some of these other people at the party that you saw.
I happen to be a great artist.
All right. Is anyone in the party proficient with calligrapher's kit or the forgery kit?
No, but Nancy would like to try anyway.
Absolutely. Give me just a straight dexterity roll.
Dexterity?
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh,
Wow.
Natural 20. Your hand begins to move as you're like, yeah, I can do that. And I think, Nancy, as you're doing this, like, holy, you feel your hand as if moving on its own. As your hand perfectly sketches, as you look to your hand and feel a little twitch of like pulse, life, and then it dies away. As you realize, like, I don't think I was a good artist. Whoever hand this was a great artist.
Maybe at some point, you know. And then she kind of just...
But you perfectly sketch like 4 different individuals, and he looks him over like, I think I've seen that one. Kind of know that guy, this old woman. I think I know. Right. Okay.
At this point, I'll turn to Nancy and ask, did you see in the lake, with the ghouls, did you see an orog?
A what?
An orog, a big guy.
An ogre?
Yes.
Yeah. Was that the big guy we saw on the lake?
You did not see any like on the lake. There was some like half orcs. You did not see like a full orc. You did see a full orc at the party that Noka was talking to. You did not see that guy at the lake.
He was dancing with an orc at the party.
Of course, there was an orc at the lake. 100%. No doubt in my mind.
And I'll make another insight check.
I think here you're starting to figure out. I mean, 10 is not a terrible roll. It's not a great roll. You just look over like, I don't know. She's been fucking with me before. Could be, could not be. You don't know. You're not certain.
I'll have advantage because that's true.
At this point, you take everything what Nancy says with a grain of sand, like a grain of salt or some shit.
I'll take it with a grain of sand. Yes, for sure.
Grain of sand. Yes. Yeah. As you sort of look at this, you see Bunmer is sort of thinking about this, and he looks amongst all of you, and kind of as if he looks through you, like, no, probably not. And he turns and looks to Fig, says, "Miss, I might have another possible avenue we can explore. It requires some social skills, some social maneuvering, and no offense to the rest of ya, but I wouldn't trust you as far as I can throw ya, and I can't throw ya really far. Her, however, she seems honest and weirdly likable. I mean, I'm starting to warm up to this strange braid thing she did here.
Give him a big hug.
Okay, not that likable. Okay,
We're not at that point. We're not at the hugging stage.
Right. So hold on. I might have an idea. Now it could be dangerous in all cases here. Tonight, if possible, let's see if you all can possibly get your hands on this journal, this ledger, right? But if that doesn't give us too many answers, you said that you think that Jacob, the son of the Margrave, might be somehow like involved, or are you speculating at least? Do you think you'd be capable of getting a little closer to him? Maybe speaking with him, or maybe even inviting him for a lunch or something like that to try and get some information out of him.
Yeah, I can do that. He was flirting with me. Didn't you see that?
No, sure. I don't know. Listen, I just want to preface this. if he is dangerous, you would be putting yourself in danger. You understand that, right?
I don't think she can spell danger.
My eyes flick to Noko. I look a little nervous.
Mom, can
Yeah.
I?
I'll be good. I see these claws, and I pull out my claws.
Sergeant
probably not
Bullimore,
long.
she
I can
she's
do
very
it. I can
good
do
at.
it.
I think she would be very good at what you are describing. Please, could you have someone in watch if I'm not able, if I'm having to steal some papers with these people or whatever it
Well,
is?
no, not right now. Not right now. This one, I figured, let's find out first from the journal. And if that's enough, we have some information. I can maybe pull some strings, maybe reach out to some people in Western or
Very
Iman
good.
or the other cities.
I'll
But tomorrow, maybe in the evening, if we have some time, if everything goes well, tomorrow, the day after, I've seen her at the party here. Whoever she walks up to immediately starts talking. She's strangely social, a little too social for me. Once again, you're great, love the braid, not friends yet, just to clarify. But
But I want to help you.
no, I appreciate that. But
I'm sure she will do a great job. I will
make
be in the
friends
shadows
with,
watching.
I don't make
every
friends
moment.
with mercenaries. Right. I don't make friends with adventurers. They are a little too wild and unpredictable and dangerous, if I might compliment you all.
Thank you.
And anyway.
What about
all right.
What about Jacob? It was a few years ago, but I remember you shaking hands with him. He was a mercenary.
Jacob?
So basically, I'm basically trying to see if he remembers an interaction he had with an old adventurer to see if he remembers it. So if
Jacob
that's
the
actually
son-
him.
Yeah. He looks at the scrunch. It's Jacob, the son of the Margrave. He wasn't an adventurer. He was just like a spoiled kid, and then he became a drunk.
Okay, we can trust him, guys.
No, we can't. We
What
have
do
to
you
kill
mean?
him
What do you-
now.
He
Nancy.
points at you, says, "Just try. I have my battle ram, my mount, right outside. It's gonna rush right through this wall. You try something."
I
Look
give
outside. There's like a gigantic goat with armor going and just eating the grass outside.
Nan-
I give Nancy my best grandma glare.
So Sarge,
Right. Okay.
Sarge,
Right.
hypothetically, if we were to break into this place, which is
Mhm.
against the law and I would never do,
Right.
how would one go about it? Are there any special interests anyway? Is
Well,
there any
I've
certain time to try it?
Well,
Now,
I think the best time would be now, right? He's still at the party there, right? If you want to try another time, another evening or nighttime or something, or maybe if you all need to, I know some of you are magic casters. If you need to ready certain spells and such, tomorrow perhaps we can cause some sort of a distraction somewhere to get his attention elsewhere, to drag him away from his home and such, and then you can look for this thing. Yeah, right.
No, let's do it now. I'm not sleepy.
yes, enough gum flapping. That is good idea. They are at the party. You could do it now.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's.
I've not been to his home before, but there are. I know for a certain he keeps a few guards stationed at his home, as well as it's like a public marketplace area, right? So there's like a bunch of like like vendors nearby, some food places nearby and such. So there might be people still, even at this time. It's like late, it's midnight, but there still might be people around. So
Any other
Although I
routes
will-
in? Back door or a basement?
there,
or
I
tunnel?
think there is a back door. But there is a hedge, like one of those grown fences, right? So I don't know how. Once you're at the scene, I'm certain you'll be able to figure it out. But
Does he have any cooks or maids?
no, he lives alone. He never married.
Loser.
Okay.
He's like, hey, I have an ex-wife. That happens. Things get complicated. You end up alone. Life goes on.
These
Let's
things
not
happen. Do not judge. This is not fair.
I. Anyway, if you can do this, great. He looks to Fig, says, tomorrow, do you think you can charm this guy enough to maybe tell you something or pretend you're really into, I don't know, being evil or something? I don't know how you guys operate.
Well,
You want me to pretend I'm evil?
Well, if he
Uh,
is, that way he might be interested more in you or something.
Well, he offered. Didn't he offer? He wanted to sell us stuff.
He
And
definitely
make us
mentioned that
stuff.
like he would love to like be a. I think Fig is not insightful enough to immediately understand like, oh, that was totally flirting, right? But the rest of you guys might have been able to realize. So the guy basically said like, hey, if you guys need any contacts with any, if you need to reach out to someone, you can go through me. I'm here for you, type of thing, right? But yeah, like he offered to like connect you guys to people if necessary. Yeah, right.
I mean, I'll go connect with him, but I don't think I can be evil. I look at
Well,
Knuckle again, nervously.
Of course not. You're the sweetest sweetheart of them all.
do it, Fig.
Well,
You
okay.
can be
The more
evil.
you're saying she's sweet and precious and gentle, the less good I feel about sending her to possible danger, right?
No, I can do it.
Well,
I can be
can
charming and
handle
talk to
herself.
him.
And she can be sure I'll be watching every minute, every moment. Especially
of-
on his moves. If he
Points-
tries anything, he's a dead man.
All
dead
right,
ooze.
but he points over to you, Fig, says, think of an evil plot right now. If you were evil, what would you do?
Cultists.
The what?
Start a cult. I like
Cultists.
it.
Cultist.
Cultists?
Cultists.
Okay, well,
Okay.
right. Okay, you would.
Like
that was a little
Vecna
easy.
cultist. And then I
Okay.
put my hand over my mouth. They do bad things.
He squints at you, like once again, he's a police officer, right? And you like blurt this out. He looks at you and like squints over, like you kind of caught yourself with
Specific?
something there. Yeah, he's like, well, all right.
Does Nancy know anything about Vecna?
Not a lot of people know about Vecna here, but everyone has heard of the name. Vecna is a new god that has been added to our pantheon of gods last year, less than a year ago. This like arch lich, this like super lich, cast a mighty ritual, and then became a god. It was like a big ordeal in Vasselheim, this cradle, the Dawn City, the city of the gods on the other continent. There's a continent far to the west of here called Isilra, and at the sort of a corner, at the border edge of Othanzia, which is this like northern region of it, there's this like city of the gods, and apparently there was like a big kerfuffle of some sort. There was like a bunch of evil things and monsters that helped this guy ascend, and he became a god of secrets and necromancy, like particularly like evil magic, like vile magic that can be used for your own gain rather than like the good of the world.
Fig.
So bad guy.
Yeah, Fig.
But
I could probably give you some rundown on being bad if you want.
Double checking from
Knuckle
Che.
again.
The police officer looks over to you now, Nancy, like, what the fuck?
She doesn't have to pretend to be evil. She just needs to speak to them.
Right.
Like,
So take it slow. You gauge the
Yeah.
I don't, you cat lady, you gauge the information, gauge the conversation, act as you will. Although I will say, I think I have maybe an idea here. He says, I'll get you something tomorrow. I know we have some of them in holding right now. There's some items we have that allow people to communicate quietly as long as they wear them. I might be able to get you some of these if you need to like talk to your friends when you're in like a hot seat. Once again, you seem sweet. I don't want you to turn into a yogurt person or something like that.
Just a quick heads up, if we're thinking we're trying to try and like sneak into somewhere, maybe, I mean, if we do it tomorrow, I could potentially do something to make us all a lot sneakier. if we don't want to wait. If we want to go now,
Yeah.
I'm happy to go now. But I'm just saying,
that's your two
everyone
options.
else.
You can go now when he's not away, or tomorrow you'd have to make some sort of a distraction in town that would require like a lot of police to, like the officers, the guards, to go there, and then we do it.
I mean,
think
should
we
we
should
just
go
go now
now.
while it's empty?
I
not
had-
paying
I-
attention, you guys, huh?
Sergeant BS.
I've been
Hold on, real fast. Lulu, what were we saying? Or Fig?
Yeah. Sergeant BS. Did you just call me cat
Sergeant-
lady?
Just what the cat? All right.
And I gave him a look, like
What?
that's what you get
How?
if you call me cat lady.
What? Sergeant B. Oh, right. Fig, my acquaintance, Fig. I apologize if I was insensitive.
You're insensitive. It hurts my
You-
feelings.
He rolls his eyes and says, thanks for the braids. It looks fine.
It's not a bad. It's a good thought, Orlin, but I think we have the facilities of doing this now.
No,
don't
I'm
have
happy to
to
go now. I
make
was
a
more thinking some
Yes.
people in the group.
I can.
Yeah.
I think we might be pretty sneaky as a group.
All
I'm,
right.
I'm casting oh my god, Find Familiar. I'm casting Find Familiar
You
ritual.
snap your fingers.
Yeah.
You sort of snap your fingers. After a while, we see this like blue. Once again, I'm colorblind. I'm sorry. I think it's blue. Bird show up and land on your hand here. You see Nova ready to act. Excellent.
It's a purple.
Well,
it's
I was
purple.
close enough.
Yeah, yeah.
Gotcha. As he sort of lands there, you see Sir Floofers looks over to Faye like, Mistress, I'm ready to be commanded. This seems like all kinds of skullduggery we're about to get into, and I am not one for it, but I will do what you ask.
Well,
And
shouldn't we give someone the necklaces then? 'Cause
Well, it's
we don't
late
want
in the
them to know we're
day.
there.
Yeah, they don't. We're fine just leaving them here.
Yeah,
We should
possibly.
Okay,
be
but-
here, yes.
Okay.
See me the thing we went to bed.
You see all the
Also-
familiars going. Meanwhile, you see Quip is under the table scraping hardened gum from underneath the table and eating it.
Whip, that's nasty. No, Whip, stop it.
He's delicious.
Quip. Go steal some food or something. You know, don't eat gum.
He holds the gum.
No, like in the back room.
Okay, I'll go find something. He crawls away.
It's
quickly.
incredible they discovered plastics in this podunk town before anything else.
They have ice cream, right? They're doing
I
all
don't,
right.
I don't know
cream
where he
and
got
plastics.
gum. There wasn't gum underneath this table a minute ago.
Mhm. Yeah.
So-
yeah.
So is the idea we're gonna creep off to
Hey.
this place and just try and break in sneakily? Is that the idea?
Doesn't sound like a bad
I
idea.
say we just break every window and then climb in.
Well, that sounds like a bad idea.
Nancy, that sounds like the exact opposite.
Yeah,
to,
he's a bad guy,
sneak
so we need to
breaking.
do bad ideas.
I
It's
mean-
logic.
I'm sure Fang here with his nibbly fingers can pick a lock of any kind within
That's-
seconds.
If you want to go in quiet, just me and Noko need to go.
Wait, what?
What? I think I'm literally as stealthy.
What are
I
you
think,
talking about?
oh-
Why do you have to get to do everything? I want to go.
Yeah, I say
I
me
think
and
we can
Fig
all
go,
Looking
because
at
we're
this
the
party,
chaos bunch.
Also, if something goes wrong, you two are just gonna die by yourself.
No, because
I agree with you.
Noko knows what she's doing, and I know what I'm doing. You guys don't.
Yeah.
The rest of you don't.
Yeah, a giant Goliath and an edgy teen, that's stealthy.
I'm Nancy. He is not wrong. I know what I'm doing. I'm not sure about him, but I trust that if all of us come along,
Yeah, we're
you know
agreed.
that
If-
you know what the task is, and you behave accordingly. We can take this one home.
Also, there's magic and slime creatures. If you get trapped in a room and attacked by a group of things, there's a decent chance you just die.
Sounds
I'm
fun.
not gonna die.
Also,
I
you
got
have
too
no
much to live
capability
for.
to heal yourself without me standing next to you.
Sergeant BS looks to you guys and says, all right, enough. You seem to have a semblance of a plan. I would say, since this is a busy area, all of you could easily help each other there. But yes, if you plan to break in, whoever's going in, you might not want to all go in as you might be noticed more. One or two of you, that's a good idea, but you probably want everyone at the scene. Anyway, I'll let you do this. I can't possibly figure out how you all think. I've been working all my life to stop adventurers from ruining my town. So go ahead and do this the way you think this should work. If you find something, pack it away, hide it away, and we will meet. Let's meet here tomorrow, just before noon. Is that all right?
Yes, for brunch. Good idea.
Okay, right? Okay, sure. I could go.
Sure.
Anyway, I gotta go back to the party before they notice that like I'm going and such. I'm supposed to sort of be there as well. I
You're
can say
going
I
back?
had. Well, I have to go back, otherwise they're gonna notice that I'm not there. That might be suspicious still. These parties have been going on for these few, like every few weeks they happen. They started happening when Jacob started acting differently. But they've been happening ever since, and I've been present at them ever since. There's never been anything extreme that happened. I don't know.
Maybe these parties are how they replace people. They invite random people in, and then they just swap you out in the back room.
Maybe. Anyway, I'll come up with an excuse. I can say that I had to go to the bathroom. Somebody spiked food apparently, so that,
Oh, yeah, I
guess
did
can be an
that.
excuse.
No.
Sorry?
What?
Sorry. Yeah, just ignore him. Ignore her. She speaks a lot of nonsense. Red's not right.
These jokes of yours, eventually someone's gonna take
She
you
has
seriously,
very
and you're
bad
gonna get
sense
in
of humor.
trouble. Yes. All
Just
right.
watch yourself, Sarge. And if anyone finds those pictures Nancy drew on you, just tell them you've been trying to get into drawing people, and you saw interesting faces to draw at the party.
Right. No, I don't need the. I just needed to see who they are. I can memorize who these people are. I
Oh.
sort of know them from seeing them. But it's great
Oh,
art,
okay.
I will say.
If he's not
Anyway,
if he's not taking the papers, Nancy immediately
I saw
begins
you all
ruining them.
talking. Mhm.
What?
Drawing mustaches and horns and everything on him. He sort of looks over and says, "Oh, and one last thing before I go. I saw you briefly talking to that fellow out of town. Older gentleman, wizardly looking, had a sort of a shite robe for such a fancy event. That's a new person in town as well. I've not seen him before with anyone else. Everyone sort of noticed that person and thought it a little weird that they showed up. Apparently there's some sort of like a rich nobleman from Iman, the capital city. But
Yes.
I don't know. They just seemed like an unknown element of all of this. I don't know. Just wanted to mention it. Anyway,
I think they were presenting someone called Vasil Samerhan.
sort of thinks about this. Doesn't sound familiar. But then again, I don't know Imon. Right. Get to it. Find this ledger if you can. See what information you can glean. Okay. See you all tomorrow.
It's like a plan.
Stay alive. And he gives a nod to everyone, walks out, fixes his braid a little bit, walks out.
All right, so I think we should go now.
Yeah.
Scope out the place. Maybe I could do some disguise self stuff. If the guards might have an extra key, we can go in real quiet.
Well, we'll see when we get to the site, but I think the back door sounds promising. Yes.
Yeah, but that's so boring. Why don't we do something like chaotic?
You want to go through the marketplace and make havoc and make a show of it?
Nancy, the last time you tried like convincing someone through disguise didn't go great. Maybe we should give it
I
one
have
more
you
day
know, I
before we try
got
again.
to the middle of the camp. That's exactly where I wanted to be.
This is not untrue. I'm eager to see your solution to the problem, but why don't the rest of the group enter from the back while you do this? What do you think?
That sounds like a plan. And then I could just easily kill all the guards if they get wise.
Oh shit! Is Ren here?
No, Rin is not. She left with you guys, but sort of peeled off because she wasn't there for that adventure when you guys like saw those bodies and stuff like that. So she's not in on everything. She's just like, all right, I gotta head back
Okay.
to my home and such. So see you guys next time. As you guys like, we gotta go. Just sort of rushed off.
Okay. Good.
Okay, let's get going.
All right.
All right, you all head out of the salty tusk. You wade into the night, and as you sort of go into town here, it takes you no more than, I don't know, 15-ish minutes or so to make it to the central Stilben. The party that is happening that you guys were recently at, like a few hours ago, that's like another 20 minutes from here, like further up into town, right? And as you guys walk into this area here, you kind of scope the place a bit. Not a lot of people out, like few occasional passengers in the night here. Some people who are like heading home from like a late like a third shift or something like that, right? Some people waking up early, heading down to the docks to start their work before the first light and stuff like that. At this point, it's like 2 a.m. in the night, right? Pitch black, pitch dark here. Well, there's like lanterns and lights. This is a nice part of town, right? So it's like well sort of lit up here. And finally, as you enter this town, and you noticed before when you were going to the party, that strange smell of Stilben, the like swamp mixing with sea, mixing with like sewers, is not really present as much here. If you really try to look for it, you'll notice, you catch a whiff of it, such. But as you guys get to this little marketplace, you see across a little channel, this like water that is running through the town, this little river here. You see the place of the captain in this neighborhood, which is like a nice neighborhood here. His is the house, the only house that has a tall, about like 10 foot tall or something, fence. Big old like wooden and stone fence, and you see some like like grown like fern and hedges and stuff like that. In front of the house and just generally in the area, you see plenty of guards. They're just sort of keeping an eye out on everything. It's obvious that this is where the funding is going to, right? The nice part of town is being protected.
Did you say there's like a
see, this is the scene you see. You guys are
There we
arriving
go.
here at this little marketplace, right? And then you're seeing the entrance to his house up here. That's his home. You can see a few of these like guardsmen. They're just sort of standing about, talking to them currently. Is this like older priest? You see a priest who has a symbol of the law bearer, the goddess of like law and balance on his chest, and he's talking to them. And the guards are sort of like, "Come on, man, get out of here. Who has time for that?" Other than that, yeah, you see like a few other individuals just sort of like walking around. I'm not gonna flood the map with like 50 extra tokens, just like pedestrians and commoners that are walking around, right, getting ready for work and such, cleaning their place up, getting rid of places, right? Like these 4 stalls you see at this little middle marketplace here, they are like busy at the moment. Not busy in a sense, but there's like people manning them, right? There's like an older, like a halfling woman there, and like a gnome man. There's like a half orc working, and one of them like they're selling their, or not selling, but like preparing or like wrapping up for the day, right? As you guys see this area and realize like, okay, we have to get into that house. How do we do it?
Love this map. There's like a little chess set over here.
I'm just gonna say, but like a big distraction on this side, right, would get like a lot of attention over here, right?
Possibly,
We want a distraction which is potentially but wouldn't hurt anybody. Now, I could make a massive distraction, but I will not be able to come with the rest of you. You'll be by. I'll have to meet up with you later if I did it.
There's a bunch of guys walking around like, is that a fucking hippopotamus destroying the marketplace?
I mean, I was more thinking, if I just appeared from around the corner as a giant spider and start hissing at people, I'm sure that would get some
God.
attention.
In the middle of the night, give someone a
And
heart
then, yeah,
attack.
exactly.
Oh,
That's
God.
what I was thinking. Then I could just run up to one of the buildings, run away, just transform back.
Pretty good.
Nobody's the wiser.
I will say also,
Yeah.
here with a passive perception of 13 or above. I think it's all of you, actually, except for Nancy.
Man, you always
Uh,
exclude me somehow.
Sorry. As you guys look around immediately here, you guys realize, like, okay, a lot of guards there, not a lot of them at the side or the back that you can see from here. However, I think all of you notice that they're like patrolling on. They're not just standing. They're currently just standing there because this priest is like, the good word of Arathis, let her into your heart. As they're like, all right, old man, come on, get home, go home. You guys notice that some of these buildings have sort of like, well, not a lot of them, but some of them have big like crates and boxes left around, some like merchandise of their own they're left on the side. Like here, for example, there's a box and you can totally vault onto it and get onto the roof of the building. And you start looking around and realize, like, wait a minute, some of these roofs have, like, boards connecting them to each other. You can sort of walk on some of these rooftops, perhaps easily unnoticed in the night. Now, there's not one leading to the captain's house, but there's one sort of close. As you realize, if we don't want to go for the distraction plan, we can try to just leap, or if someone has the strength and ability to do it, dexterity or alacrity to do it, you could try to just hop the fence in some way. Now, some of the guards that are on this map, like this guy over here and like this guy over here, perhaps this guy over here, they are not just standing around, right? They are like, patrolling back and forth, going around some of these places, like walking around and such, right? They're not stationary necessarily. They're like, looking around for any trouble, walking around town, stopping when they hear a weird sound. Then we see like a dog run out from around the corner and they're like, nah, whatever, right? But they're on vigil, right? They're keeping an eye out for trouble. This is the good part of town. This is where everything has to be proper and good. So, as you guys arrive, how are we going to do this? Are we going to go for a distraction? Are we going to go for some, like, sneaky jumping? Like, what are we doing?
All
I mean, we
right.
could probably just time it to walk past the ones on the right, right? The one on the right. We could probably just time it to walk past it
I
and then
think
get to the sidewalk.
But I don't think they're necessarily guarding anything. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, Jay, but would it be weird that we are walking around this time of evening and just crossing a bridge and
Not
going
necessarily.
here? Or,
Well,
yeah.
not necessarily just walking
Yeah, it
around
would be
town, but
weird.
if they see you, like, duck into an alleyway, they're probably going to get curious why.
That's what.
Right?
So I don't think we're going to be stopped if we just walk around.
Yeah.
But are we still wearing our fancy dress clothes? Maybe we act like we fit in here.
You could have like changed if you wanted to. You don't have to show up in like a gown and a fine suit and such. You could have switched to your normal clothes if you wanted. You had time.
Does anyone see us? Like any of the guards right now see us, or are we just walking into the area?
No, I don't think. As you guys arrive into the area and kind of look around, you can totally like step behind a building and be like, "All right, here's the plan," right, and stay out of sight.
Yeah.
All right. I think we could try several plans at once. I could go for a sort of con, walking up to the gate disguised as that one guy, maybe asking for a spare key. Maybe you guys can go around back, try to jump the fence. Or if that all fails, we can do a distraction type thing.
Well, I mean, if surely it's easy just to go around the side and we could just jump the fence, and then somebody can lockpick one of the back door or the window.
Well, it looks
right?
like there's a gate, so we have to get through the gate anyway.
No, but there's a back. The fences around the back. We can probably get over them. Honestly, I mean,
yes.
if nothing else, I could turn to a giant spider and give you a boost over.
No, I have the gear to get us all
Yeah,
across that without spending any magic. A DM, as we are looking at this canal, do we see any sewer grates or anything on the side wall here?
Not from here, but if you want to approach here, you might get spotted by some of the guards, but they're not going to think it's weird that you're walking around, right? They will, like, here's the thing. If the guards spot you and something goes wrong further on, they might be like, it was weird that I saw those guys from the party, like those famous adventurers. They were, like, in the area. I know they don't live here, right? So they might retroactively think that, like, that was weird that I saw them there that night.
That's why.
But being in the area, if everything goes great.
Yeah, not to raise suspicion, I'll just like to take a little stroll around the area and then gonna return to where we are hiding
Perfect.
to see
You
the.
stroll on around and look around, and yeah, you do see sewer grates. Not grates, but like with the bars that like go further, like into the sewer underneath the canal here. One that goes directly underneath the captain's house, and one that goes directly under these houses over here. Additionally, there are some that lead this way and further this way.
Hey, do they all have like bars or grates, or is
They
it just an
seem
open?
to have they seem to have like bars of them, but like they are not the bars that are like built in, never to be removed. They're like you twist them to like take them off. Might make a
I'll
little
return.
noise. Realize
Sure.
like there is something there.
I'll return to our little hidey hole and relay the information. There seems to be also the possibility of maybe an underwater entrance through the sewers.
When you come back, Noko, I'm gone.
Where is Fang?
Fang, if
So-
you
He looks like he always does. He thinks he's better than all of us.
Yeah, we should probably beat him up.
So
Would we have noticed he just
GM,
disappeared? Because
I'm basically so
I was
GM.
gonna say,
I'm
Fang, before you disappear here, if you want to just slink away from the party as well, if you have something you want to do on your own here, I do need you to give me a stealth roll. You need to beat at
Well,
least a 17 here to go away unnoticed. 22.
Yes,
yeah, because
okay,
we must have noticed this bullshit, right?
Yeah, you guys have, well, you've seen the Fang has sometimes some chaotic tactics of his own. As you guys are looking around, this is not a perception roll. This is not a contested roll. This is
Yeah,
against your guys'
Passive.
passive perception, right? That's why I said a 17, because that's the highest one we have. We have a 17 on Noko and Orlin here. But by the time you guys look around, like, oh shit, where did Fang go? And he's just gone, right? Rogue in the night, gone.
Well, if Fang's going off to do his thing, Nancy's gonna go off to do her thing.
Okay.
Yeah, nobody here
right.
seems to want to do things together, so I'm going over here.
Mhm.
Chaos, let's do it.
Guess I'll go with the fifth.
I'll follow Fig as well. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Noko would be following Fig.
Gotcha. As you guys begin to split up, we'll do this in 3 parts then here. Fang, let's go with you first here. As you split off, where you headed to?
I'm going this way to go across, and I want to pull out a parchment ink and pen, and
Okay.
pretend I'm writing, and then write down addresses of
Okay.
potential places that are for sale. So like as if I'm house shopping.
Gotcha.
As I pass
The guard. Yeah.
this guard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the guard sort of walks by you, kind of looks at you for a moment, and sees you kind of like looking at something, writing something, says, "Sir, do you need any help?"
No, I'm good. I'm just looking for a new house to shop in. I don't know if you oh yeah. You probably weren't at the party because you're here, but I just got awarded for bravery and saving townspeople.
Oh.
So,
Kinda looks you over
they-
and says, "Oh, well,
Yep.
this is quite a nice neighborhood if you're looking. I don't know if anyone's selling right now, but a lot of these people are business owners and such, and Stilben's a pretty ruthless place when it comes to business. The place is shut down all the time. People have to move out. I don't know if there's a spot right now, but in the upcoming weeks, certainly it's good to keep an eye out. So
Yeah, exactly. And
wait a
then
minute. I know
Yep.
you. And he looks at you sort of intensely and says, "You're the sidekick, aren't you? I heard
Yeah.
about you. That's right. I heard about you. You're with those actual heroes. You're just like a sidekick. Right.
right.
Uh,
I know because
they pay you that
uh,
well that you can buy your own place. Some group
well,
of heroes.
not my own place. It's probably gonna be a place for all of us. But I'm the sidekick, so they
You're
decided
the
to send
errand
me out
boy.
while
You're
they
the errand
sleep.
boy. Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
exactly.
honestly, listen, I don't know why you tolerate that. You're your own person. Seems kind of scummy to send you out in the middle of the night to do this, right? You got to get your own sleep as well. You're not some elf or something, right? So,
Well,
ugh.
I need the experience. You always gotta try
I
and
guess.
I always gotta try and be better.
This guy's fully engulfed in this the conversation with you. He's just gonna stay in this one spot with you, as this guy was no longer patrolling around, and you fully have his attention of like, yeah, well, there's some places up here and up the road here. There's another place that like, and he's like talking to you about like general information about like the real estate here, right? Yep. Sidekick. My wife is never going to believe it. I met the sidekick. I can't believe it. He continues like talking with you for some time here. You have this guard fully distracted here. Are you looking to get any information out of him, or you were just like talking to him to distract him?
I'll ask about the house I'm going to, because it actually looks like it's got some nice greenery around it.
Oh yes. One of the finer places here in town. That's I don't think that one's gonna be free anytime soon for moving in or purchasing. That's where actually my captain, the captain of the whole guard here in the city, lives. Arton Jetel, brave guy, very very well composed. He's got a big old scar on his chin. Nobody knows how that happened. And leaves for some mystery, some speculating. People think he fought an owl bear one time.
Oh, cool. I'll have to ask him about it if I meet him.
Well, didn't you meet him at this party? Didn't it just end not too long ago?
Well, I didn't get to like
all right,
talk
you're
with him.
Sidekick, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
That's good. Hey, listen, man, you gotta grind it out. It's all about the grind. It's all about putting the hours in. You'll be a big hero one day. I just know it.
Yeah. He says under his breath, "You have no idea."
Yes. As you see, kind of like you're just gonna be in this area talking to this guard, walking around and such. Next one up, let's go with Fig. Where were you heading off to? As you see the two the responsible individuals following you. As you see Noko and Orlin like following along. Yeah.
I turn around and see them. I say, I am so tired of his bullshit. And then Nancy's going to go and kill people. What's going on? Are we not a party?
I don't think.
And she's just
Nancy's-
stomping. I don't have a plan. I just want to be a part of this too. Everybody thinks they're the main person syndrome here, and they just want to do their own thing. And she's just bitching and complaining and stomping.
I don't think Nancy's necessarily going to kill anyone. I think she's trying to do her impersonation. What if we try and cross the bridge on the right and attempt to get to the backside of the building? What do you think, Orlin?
I think that's a good idea.
Sounds reasonable to me.
I think we start making our way.
You guys can easily make your way all across the bridge here, and this guard is just talking to you. Guys see Fang there, like distracting this guard, like talking to him. He's like, "That place actually okay. 3 bedrooms for 15 gold a month is a little too much in this economy, but like what else are you gonna do? You don't have anywhere to go. It's like in good part of town. The rent has been just crazy lately." Okay. As you guys easily make it around him, and Fang, you see the rest of them just sort of walk past this guard. The guard never notices them.
I just roll my eyes a little bit as I walk past and don't acknowledge him.
Right. I think I would. Whoever's in the lead, I would think this alleyway would be the good route to take, just to stay out of sight.
Funny enough, in this chaotic kind of soup that we're all kind of doing our own thing, Fang's distraction lets you guys slink into this corridor here without anyone noticing, right? As he keeps talking over here, and you guys sort of disappear. You move it into here. Now, these are not the typical alleyways you would have seen in like the sort of shittier parts of town. Not a lot of garbage around here. You don't see any fucking homeless people, no like urchin kids running around. Pretty clean, pretty clandestine here. There's like a few places for like garbage disposals and stuff like that. But like it's pretty clean. It's pretty nice here. You look around. These are just like residential buildings here. You can kind of see into some windows. People are sleeping. It's really late at night here. As you sort of walk on in here, you kind of walk on up. The only thing you notice a little out of place is a rat. How weird. In this very nice, clean part of town, there's a rat. It's just sitting there looking around. It sees a Fig. Its eyes go wide.
Yeah, exactly. I was just about to say, Noko will turn to Fig. No, we talked about this. Out from the street. They're unhygienic.
Can
Only
I
from
pull
the
a bit of,
butchers, if you really want.
can I
No,
pull like
no.
food on?
Don't look at me like that. No.
Rat begins to freak out. Its little nose is moving. Its ears are kind of flicking around. It starts freaking out. It starts moving, jumping left to right. It's moving really fast, man. You can't look away.
Little hiss, little hiss. Can't
It
lie.
immediately runs away into like a nearby like a dumpster or something like that.
If Surfloofers wants to eat it, that's fine, but you are not eating it.
Mistress, this is debasing. Rats, we are better than that.
They're so
Right?
fun to
mistress?
chase.
Well,
I like chasing them.
okay, well, all right. If,
And then
if
you pick
wish-
them up by their tails and then whip them around and throw them, and then you run after them again. It's so fun.
Oh my God, that's
Yeah,
great.
that's
Okay.
quite cruel. That is. Like,
That's
what?
well, I think
Oh,
her species
oh.
of creature. Yes.
Yeah. Sorry.
No,
Appreciate
I was gonna say her species. I suppose in some way my species. It's about I've learned is the play, the hunt rather than the catch. I think. Being a conjured felinoid, I think that's the case. Sort of looks over. As you guys get into this hallway, this corridor here, you look around. No one's here at the moment. What do you guys want to do? You're in a dark alleyway.
You mentioned you're not populating the map, so is anyone here? Like in this little area?
There's you see like an older human man who's like wrapping up, putting his stuff away on a little wagon, and he's ready to like head home. It's about to clear out.
Can we go around the
Alright.
back of the house back
Yeah,
here? or
there's
is
the
it-
map still continues, of course, past this,
Yeah,
right? And
alright.
you guys can skirt around, and you can end up behind the captain's building if you want to. There.
Awesome.
You do see this guard over here is patrolling in such a manner. This guy above you guys, he's going like this, right? And he's going around every like few minutes or something like that, right? He's keeping an eye out. As we see him march on by, he looks over and kind of like, did I hear something? Can I have everyone make a stealth roll as you guys make it around this area? You could, of course, time it here, having noticed them. You can have advantage because it's late and dark.
Perfect.
Yeah? So advantage rolls for Surfloofers doesn't need to make one here.
Let's
as
go.
he looks to you, Fig. Nicely done, Fig, with a natural 20 here. Fig, Surfloofers looks to you, says, Mistress, there may not be any need for subtlety when it comes to me. I am a magically summoned, constructed of your own will, familiar. With a flick of your wrist, you can dispel me temporarily and then re-summon me at your will.
Before he's done talking, I flick my wrist and flick it back.
And as you put gun, as you what the
Surfloofers has big clippy energy, you know, the like tutorial like clippy thing, right? You know,
are you a first-time warlock? Let me tell you about Eldritch Blast. He looks at us and says, "Excellently done, mistress. That was incredible. Well, very well executed. You can do that with next time. You could announce it. You could announce that you can do that.
Out.
He's gone. As you move into this area here, with 25, 19, 24, the guard walks in like, hey, what the hell was that? And he looks down the corridor. We sort of zoom in all tense, and we hear a little mouse run across the road. He's like, oh, whatever. And he keeps moving. As we see you guys peek around the corner, you're back there. You're in position. You hear from the front, the priest is like, if you just have a moment, the good word of the lawbearer, great times, bountiful times. And the guard's like, all right, man, we get it. You gotta leave us alone. We're on duty here. And they're talking in the front. And as you guys get into position here, we're gonna jump over to Nancy now. Nancy, where are you going
to? Nancy, as soon as she passes this like crate thing, sort of like a masking layer, she's gonna like cast disguise self and then turn into the captain.
Oh, okay. You turn into Captain Artin Chatel. Scar on his chin, big old feather fucking hat. Very cool.
It is the captain's house, right?
This is his house, yes.
All right. Just double checking.
Yeah.
Just marking down the spell real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And then very like vulturously, she's gonna walk past this guard. guard and be like, good morning, or
He's
afternoon.
Like, yawning to himself. It's like middle of the night. It's 2 a.m.
Morning.
He yawns, looks over, and goes, morning. Oh God, Captain.
Yeah, you better get back to
you
your post, buddy.
You're back
I'll
early.
definitely be
Yes,
marking
sir.
this down on your record.
Oh,
Johnson.
Yes, sir. That's not. Roll a D100 on 100. His last name is Johnson. Go ahead.
Damn.
Oh man.
He goes. Yes, sir. Okay, understood. And he just sort of like stands vigil, like I'm working, I'm doing my job. As you walk up, and yeah, you just walk up. He doesn't question you at all. He's confused, but he doesn't question you. As you make your way over the bridge here, you see, good year. You see the priest like, I'm talking to them here slowly. The guard's like, all right, man. Oh God. Captain's back, and they all like stand at attention. And one of them like, come on, old man, clear out.
Why
And
is
it's
this priest outside my house?
Says, Captain Jetel, good to see you again. I was coming to speak with you. You've not been in for a sermon in some months now.
Well,
and
of course. Let's go inside.
Go inside. Yeah, all right, very well. It's a little late for a house visit. I was just making sure.
No, come on in. And Nancy's gonna make a show of like going to the gate, but then like pat her pockets. Oh fuck, I forgot my key at the party. Do any of you guards have a key?
They look around at you here and kind of look at each other like, no, sir, we don't have your key. We're the night shift here. I don't know if the day shift anyone has it. We can send someone to run back if you want to.
Nah. Y'all ain't gonna arrest me if I try to like open this myself, huh? She like
they're
chuckles.
like, ha, laugh. Go ahead and make a deception roll here. You can have advantage. Everyone's like, ha, you wouldn't do crime, Captain. You're our captain.
Just to like let you know, if it's a bad roll, she's also gonna use like knowledge from the past.
Excellent. You can do that retroactively, right? You can do it like not retroactively, but like post roll. You can decide to do that.
Damn.
With advantage, because they think you're the reverse nice. Okay, well, you approach. You're so like, well, you're not gonna arrest me if I break into my own house. They're all like, ha, that's funny.
You have inspiration.
You do have inspiration if you want another reroll here.
Yeah, let's do that one. It's gonna be a 1.
Okay, give it a roll.
No, it's not. It's not 20.
It's gotta be more than a 9.
Oh, 20.
They were about to be like, well, I mean, sorry, sir, rules are rules, but then they look at you and one of them like elbows the other, like, no, sir, of course, it's your house. Hey, you know, we can help you. If you need help, we can help you. Like, do you want to break it up? And the gate's decently sturdy here.
Nah, I was gonna see about just like grabbing like a piece of twig and picking the lock. If you mind doing me a favor, could you
picking the lock? Okay.
Nah, it's a thing you pick up in Stilben, you know?
Right. Having grown up here and worked here all my life, I know that.
She points at this guy and she says, "You know what I'm talking about."
Yeah. She just stares at you. As they're like, yeah, Captain, go ahead. The priest looks down and says, "Oh goodness, I've it's been some years, but and he rolls up his sleeve, says, I can help you if you need. I've dealt with all kinds of criminals in past. The lawbearer looks down on ne'er-do-wells, but I have learned means of unlocking. I could cast a spell. It'll be really loud, though."
Hold on. Let me quickly check my pockets again. And then she's gonna reach into the robe of sometimes useful things, and imagine pulling out the captain's key.
Absolutely. You reach out, reach into this, and you pull out a key, like a nice, like iron key with like teeth on top of it and everything. Like it's a key.
She's gonna try it on the door.
Doesn't quite work. You have key to someone's house.
All right, I thought that was the right key. I thought that was the right key, but you know, I guess.
You You have another. Oh, it didn't work. That's
No,
weird.
I felt
Well,
it in my pocket, and I thought it was the right key, but I thought I had it by
right.
mistake, and she was just gonna
Oh, that's
quickly
maybe
try.
the. That's maybe the. You have a back door, right? It might be to the back.
Yeah, it might be.
door.
It might be the garage. I don't know.
You don't. Okay. Well, all right. They help you with this lock here, and it'll take a few minutes, but they'll help you like break the lock. As you notice, there's 4 different locks on this that you need to work through. As you're like, God damn. One of them looks over like, wow, Captain, quite a few locks that you have here.
Well,
maybe I was gonna.
You need a lot of locks in Stilben. There's a lot of thieves, you know, the myriad, all that stuff.
That's right. Horrible people, all of them. As you eventually break through all of these locks with the help of these guards, help you break into the house. Like, all right, well, we're gonna just close the gate and keep working on our duty. You tell us if you need anything. Once again, if you just wanted us, we could have just gone back to the party and.
Nah, I don't want to bother anyone at the party. In fact, I'm probably gonna head back there anyway, so it's kind of like. Yeah, I'm gonna go in here real quick, then head back. I wouldn't want like wasting trips. Plus, you need to be guard in here.
Sounds good. Yeah, sounds good. You do your business, Captain. If you need anything, we're right out here. And they just sort of let you be. You walk into your own house, right? You walk in, you see a nice yard. There's like a sundial in the backyard here. There's a tree, some like ferns and hedges along the side, and there's a door.
Is the priest coming in?
The priest, comes on in with you and says, "Oh goodness, it's been some time since I've."
Yeah, look at the hedges. You like my sundial? I think that's new.
No, that was you had that before. Oh, have you been drinking tonight, Captain?
Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. Let me try to get inside the house.
You don't, Captain. I can't help but notice you're not speaking with your typical Marquesian accent. Is it the booze doing it, or?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
As he just looks at you like, oh, strange. As you approach, the door has 3 different locks to it. As you realize, like, gotta break into this one. While this is happening here, we're gonna cut over back. Fang, you've gotten a full layout of this district. You know where everyone lives in this district now.
Perfect.
And the guy looks at you and says, and yeah, that's about everything on the socioeconomic state of this part of town. Is there anything else you need?
Nah, I should probably get back to it. I don't want to keep them waiting.
Heroes are gonna get pissed with you, right?
Yeah, they want to. After I'm done, they want a 2,000 word essay on a possible 2,000, 5,000. They want a 5,000 word essay on a possible location and a perfect place to move to or something like that.
That is inhumane. Yeah. It's 2 a.m. Who does that?
God. Yeah, so I gotta. So I have a whole 4 hours before they wake up this time.
Oh my god, that's horrible. You got to report this to someone. Do you want me to talk to someone about this? Like they shouldn't be able to just treat you like this.
No, usually I get only 1 hour. So 4 hours is great.
Oh my god, you poor kid. You're not. Are you an adult? How old are you? You seem a little young to be like put through this whole thing. He looks at you. This guy looks at you genuinely concerned. Like, oh my god, man, that's horrible. Anyway, I mean, I don't know what your life is. If you need someone to talk to, you like talk to some of the guards. I'm sure someone can help you if they're treating you like this. This is horrible. But better get that rest, man. I don't want to take away more minutes and hours from your rest. Huh?
Yeah, I don't want to take away any more of your time either. I'll just get back to it.
Right. Well,
you have a good night. You never told me your name.
Name's Tien. Nice to meet you.
Tien, my friend. Tien.
I'll type it out. This guy.
No, we're gonna get one random guard come and just like look at us like you scumbags. What have you been doing? And just like what happened? Sorry.
You're gonna have some dirty looks tomorrow. Yeah, like. Fucking, you know what? I heard these people are fucking horrible. This guy's a teenager. He's like turned into like a mule. Yeah, this guy gives you a wave and lets you off. You disappear off to here. And do you want to also like slink into that alleyway where you saw your friends disappeared into?
Yes. But I want to go slowly because I don't know. Part of me thinks that they're gonna fuck up, so I gotta watch myself following
Yeah,
behind them.
absolutely. Absolutely. Give me a stealth roll. You'll be arriving a little late here. Give me that stealth roll. You have advantage because it's dark and night here. And we're going to jump back to Orlin, Noko, and Fig here. You guys are up against the fence there. 28, you're fucking gone in the night. You see the same rat running around. As you are slowly making your way over there, in the meanwhile, here, the three of you looking at a wall, right? About 10, maybe 12 foot tall, like wooden and stone, like stone pillars and wood in between. It doesn't seem too hard to scale, but looking at it, Noko, you're dexterous, you are agile, you are speed, you are alacrity, you are a Goliath. It might break, right, under your weight. You still got some, like, you're lean and dexterous, you're still big, right? You don't know if you grabbing onto this thing might break.
Fig, you were showing off your really sharp claws a little bit ago, right? Are you able to climb things?
She might have a climbing speed, yeah.
I'm
sure.
a cat. Of course I can.
Yeah, Fig,
You
with
crazy?
a climbing speed, you can just hop over right
I see.
now.
I mean, could you just climb up and tie a rope off?
Yeah.
I
You want
also
it in a
pull
bow?
out. I
Or
have
you
like
wanted
a grappling hook in my hand, like, oh, just use these. Like,
You see her just crawling up. Fig, as you climb up with that natural 20 stealth, you're like, yeah, I can do this easily. You climb up, and the moment you look over, there's two guys right there on the other side of the fence. You see two, like, not really armor necessarily, kind of thuggish looking dudes. One bold dude, one's got like a bold side and like big old mohawk on top. Humans, both of them. They're sitting around, sort of lounging, looking around. One of them sort of yawns loudly. One of them is throwing a hand axe and catching it every once in a while. And you see two of them are sitting in the back next to what looks to be a back door here. You see a strange symbol on one of their necks there. You do not recognize what the symbol is. You see two of these dudes just out there, just like sitting around in the backyard here. See these two dudes, and they definitely don't look like guards, but they're not really doing anything. They're just kind of like guarding, like looking for him. They're sitting in the back of a yard next to a back door, and just like sort of like throwing an axe around, looking around, kind of bored. On a natural 20 stealth, you emerge and look at them. They don't notice you.
I panic a little up at the top there and freeze, and I look down with big cat eyes at the others, and I try and do those really cool, like, army or is it army people who have like signals? And as I don't know what they are either, I pulled up two of my fingers, and then I kind of like make monster or like people gestures, but more like monsters, and then I point, and I don't know, I just make it a very confusing, trying to tell them that there's two people in here.
Can you give me a charisma roll just to see if you're able to communicate this?
I think, please roll, but I think Noko will turn to Orly and say, two guys, middle age, sitting next to each other, next to a door.
Oh my god!
Gray hair.
Incredible. I will say with a natural 20 here, if you want to, Fig, I'm gonna just say
God.
you know silent language. You know like how to do silent language exactly, and you can easily communicate this with Noko, who's been with you for a long time. And we'll say when you guys met originally, it might have been one thing that you guys sort of like figured out to do together, right? When you couldn't talk around each other much. So it's not thieves' canned, it's not druidic, it's your own little special secret language.
I rolled a 4, so I know nothing. I'm just like, what the fuck are you talking
She throws
about?
a peace sign and does a bunch of extra stuff, and you have no idea what's going on.
Noko tells you exactly what's going on, and then like motions to Fig, like, get down.
Noko's like, one's bold, one has a mohawk, one has a strange pocket on his right pantsuit. Like everything in detail.
Okay, guess we need to distract these guys. Away from the door, yes?
Are you
The
talking to
door,
me?
by the way, is
Both
like center,
of you.
back center
There
of the house is
four
where
of
the
us here.
door is.
I mean, could you just get Sir Floopus to go on the other side and rustle in the bushes? There's bushes around the house, right? Couldn't he just go
That's
in one of the
perfect.
bushes and just rustle and then disappear? Just,
So, which
That's a good
side? Which
idea.
side are you think? This side or this side?
Probably the
Go
left
first.
side,
Go
right?
run around. Go run around.
Further away from us, maybe.
Go, go,
You,
go.
you re-summon him back. Mistress, yes, I will do this. I will be a distraction. He climbs onto the fence, jumps down. We see him like look around and crawl into the hedges there, and he like slowly emerges. There's that little cat stretch in front of them, right? As they look over immediately, like, hey, what the fuck? Whose cat is that? As they stand up, he goes, meow, and he walks back into the bushes very quickly. As they stop, look at it like, did you hear that? And they start walking that way. As both of them go over here, like, where the fuck did that was a cat, right? Am I drunk? And here, you hear from further down in the bushes, meow, as he like looks around, like, what the fuck? And they start walking after him and looking around. He fully distracts them. They go around the corner here, looking for Sir Floofers as he keeps walking down. Nancy, on the front of the house, you hear meow, meow. As you look over to the side and you see a cat walk out, a familiar cat. And then you guys in the back here are like, oh shit, someone's in here. Fuck, he's not supposed to be back yet. I wasn't told anything. What's going on? As these guys just sort of stay here right now, and you see them push themselves up against the wall, like something's going on. Meow, meow, meow.
Oh, look at the little kitty.
And the priest goes, goodness me, look at this, adorable. Comes over and starts just petting him, grabbing him, says, meow, okay, meow. As he grabs him, this old man is just petting the cat.
Yo, I don't think that cat has an owner. You can adopt them if you want.
Oh goodness, it would be a good deed to adopt such a beautiful being. Look
Yeah,
at it.
I know priests always have treats in their pockets. You should give it one.
That's right. I have here he pulls out a little like tiny little like a mint thing, like just in his pocket. Just holds it out and says, I don't think cats are supposed to eat these, but what the hell? He gives him a mint. He looks around and slowly kind of eats this thing, confused. As he looks back, he says, Captain, this thing needs my care. You sure you want to do this conversation now? You seem preoccupied.
What do you mean?
Well, you seem to need to break into your own house, and it seems a little complicated right now. You said you might have been drinking, and this is a deeply spiritual conversation I was going to have with you. I don't know if this is the right time. Plus, look at this cat.
You should let the cat inside. Nah, honestly, what better time to have a spiritual conversation when knee deep in spirit?
Oh, I see what you did there. But no, spirit and alcohol is sin. I don't think that's a good idea right now. He looks around. Give me a persuasion roll.
Oh, he's a cleric of the one true card. Okay, I see.
Persuasion. I have
Just
pretty
straight up
good persuasion.
The Christian god.
He puts his Bible away. He looks over and says, yeah, with the 22 says, all right, we know that people sometimes need the light of our majesty, the goddess Arathis, in the hardest and lowest points in their lives. He looks at the broken gate, looks back at you, says, this might be one for you. And he sort of walks up holding the cat. Sir Floofers, you hear his voice in your head here. Fig says, Mistress, there is an odd, wrinkly old man handling me right now. Do you wish me to claw at him until he unleashes me? He's not one of the guys from the back there. He's just some guy, some old man.
Is he molesting you?
No, he's petting me in a way, but I don't know him in a way, and I think if he keeps doing this, I won't be able to distract those two other guys.
Oh, bite him!
Very well. He bites into this guy's like, screeches and bites into him. And the old man like, oh goodness, he falls on the ground immediately as Sir Flufers runs back over here and starts like hissing in the corner and such. As the priest like, falls on the ground next to you. And says, stars and light above, what just happened? The feral beast attacked me.
Yeah, that's why I'm more of a dog person.
This happens to me every day. I pick up stray animals, and most times I get rabies from them. Awful, truly awful.
Yeah, it's a good thing you're a cleric. You can.
The light of truth heal my scars. And you see he casts a little healing spell and fixes up his little like scratch that he has from a cat. Says, unfortunate, truly, there's too many distractions. I will stay away from there. And he will follow you as you approach Nancy and start doing the thing again. Like, where are my keys? Forgot my keys, right? As the door is still locked in front of you. At this point, Fang, you slink your way over to the rest of it. With a 28, you're standing right behind them, right? You show up behind them without them looking up towards Fig here, like looking over the ledge.
Hang on.
He got off the map. There we go.
The captain's here. The captain's here. Why is the captain here?
You look over. Yeah, you see. You guys see Fang.
Yes, we can
You
see
guys-
what's happening truly above the fence. Sorry, Jay, did you say that the fence might crumble if I try to climb it? Did I
On the
misunderstand
wooden
you?
part, right? Because you're still a Goliath. You're big. If you grab
Sure.
onto it, there's a chance. This is not made for people to vault over, right?
I see. Could I find a bit sturdier piece of it where
There are
could
stone.
climb
There are
over
stone.
without?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. You can. Those of you who want to climb over and don't have a climbing speed like Fig, who can just get over, can give me an athletics or acrobatics roll to try and climb over quickly. Yeah.
I have a grappling hook. Which I could just toss up
You can
with
have an
a
advantage.
rope,
Yeah?
and people can use it, of course.
There we go. Everyone who wants to use that can have advantage. Fig, can I have you make a dexterity or charisma roll for Sir Flufers to see how long he's able to run around and distract these guys? 11. Okay. I'm going to make a little roll for these guys here to see how long it takes them to catch him, if they catch him at all. 5. Sprinting around. Yeah, exactly. They're like, get it. I got it on this side. This side. No, it went through my legs. As he's like, they're running around chasing him. They tried to surround him and such. As you see Nancy in the front, you hear something like, wow, and they're like, and someone's like behind the house or something. Yeah, chasing the cat.
Nancy. I don't know. She kind of knows that it's Sir Flufers, yeah.
You saw him. You definitely saw him emerge.
Does she recognize the other voices?
You do not recognize the other voices.
She kind of goes to the guards and says, "Hey, I think there might be some people like on this side of the building meandering.
Excellent.
You might want to check it out."
Look. Oh my God! Of course, Captain. Right away, they immediately draw their weapons and move into this alleyway. Yeah, as they move, like, hey, you stop right there! As you guys vaulting over the fence here. Orlin, with a 10, you're the last one to say...
Yeah, I got a 12 overall because I used guidance, but still 12. That's still at the lowest.
12, this is what happens. With a 16, Noko, you hop over. Fig, with your claws, you hop over. Orlin, you go to move, you start climbing, you go almost all the way to the top. You hear thunk, and the rope part unravels and unattaches from the grappling hook as you, boom, hit your back on the wall on the other side. You're still left on the other side. The hook that was atop falls into the yard at your feet there. Noko, the rope part, falls outside of the yard with Orlin.
A goddamn cheap rope.
It just unraveled. It didn't break. It just unraveled as you were climbing.
So Noko and Fig are over, and the grappling hook and rope are with Orlin.
Fang as well, if you wanted to, as you arrived here seeing what's happening, if you want to give me acrobatics or athletics as well to try and climb, you can do so.
No. The captain was. I said the captain was here, and they climbed in.
Yeah.
So I don't. So if they get caught, like.
Excellent. You stage and see for Orlin fall on his ass next to you.
I'm sitting there, and you can tell, like, you can see my arms sort of start growing hairier for a second. And then I'll be like, nope, don't shift yet, don't shift yet. It's like so tempted. I'm just like, I am terrible at climbing when I'm like this, and I look a little bit disappointed in my form, just like for a
I
second.
turn around and like loud whisper, like, "Come on, guys, get over the fence. We need to enter the building."
When I hear that, I'll do. I only have one form which can climb. I can't turn into a giant spider here. That is not. I mean, even though I've got +7 stealth.
You don't
You
need to
turn a
turn
normal
into a
spider.
gigantic one. You can just turn into a normal spider. It doesn't necessarily have to be just those
What?
forms.
No,
Because in
can I-
the
can I-
moment.
Yeah. Can I just turn to Can I turn into a rat? That actually has a 20-foot climb speed. I'll turn into a rat and just climb over.
Sure. You
That's
see
Then
a
I'll
little
just-
rat hop on
yeah.
over and jump into your hands, Noko, as you catch the rat.
I'll go,
shit.
Noko, pick me up.
You are-
rat, speak.
Oh shit! It is you.
You're a rat
Hey,
in front of Fig.
Arlene, go see if there is like a little rat hole or something. You could get inside and open the door for us.
On it. I'll go.
You don't see any holes. There's no windows in the back here. You see a door with a lock on it here. Fig, as you approach, you can try with like one of your like claws to try and like unlock it. It might be tricky. Or you guys know that Fang has all kinds of like skills with his fast fingers and such. He might be able to. But
Arlene,
he's on the
where
other
the fuck
side.
is Fang? He knows how to open locks.
He said.
Well, this is. At this
said
point,
no.
you guys hear, shit, how the fuck? And you hear, like, stop right there, hey, stop! And a bunch of guards rush these two dudes. And these two dudes whip out their hammers, start fighting these guards for a moment, but these 4 guards are able to incapacitate these 2 thugs. You see one of them roll up their sleeve and say, son of a bitch, Myriad, what the hell are they doing here? How did they even get in the back there? Check the back, see if there's more of them.
Oh,
and these guys are like, oh, let me go, you motherfucker. I'll kill every one of you. As they're dragging these guys away out of the yard here. As their flippers, meow, runs on over here and sees you guys over here. As these guards begin to drag away, they look to you, Nancy. Captain, some foul Myriad members, these wretched criminals made their way into the backyard there. We're gonna send more people to investigate the area soon, but we captured these 2. Do you wish to come with us to the station to question them?
I'm gonna be honest, I've been drinking today, so I might go in here. I might pass out now, so I might go inside.
Give me the captain of the guard says, no thank you, I'm gonna go sleep. You can go ahead and give me a performance or deception roll, no advantage this time. It's like, Captain, they tried to break into your house. You're the captain of the Water Watch. Go ahead and give me a deception or okay. Incredible. They look at you like weirded out, like, Captain, you don't drink. We've known this about you for some time. Well, drinking, you're not being yourself. One of you, get the carriage. We're going to take the captain to go over to one of the priests to look him over, cast some restorations on them to make sure they're okay. Captain is clearly out of it. Something has happened to him. We got to make sure he's okay. Captain, this is horrible. They tried to break into your house, but you've been through a lot worse stuff. Come with us. You're going to come with us to the station and help us question these people. Your methods of interrogations are unmatched. As they're now insisting, you don't have to, right? They're insisting, like, you have to come with us, Captain. You're like, I don't know why you've been drinking. That's not who you usually are. But, like, whatever. Let's go question these guys together.
No, it's fine.
One of these like, thugs, these Myriad dudes, looks at you, and you see him, like, squint at you, and then look weirded out, and look to the other guy, say, not him. Something's not right. And the guards look at him like, what did he say?
Nothing. These just Myriad scum. Honestly, we should just execute them. Isn't that the rule?
They look at you like, no, we have to inquire. What is that? One of them says, the captain's right, you scum. And he backhands both of them as they're like, look over. And he says, Captain, I'm going to make sure these guys are questioned and we're going to have them ready for execution. And they look at him like, no, we're not. So this is, Captain, we're not going to execute him. What is going on here? What is going on? As these two look at each other and are like squinting at you, like they're trying to do something. Nancy, you can go give me an Arcana roll to see like what the fuck are they trying to do? They're like squinting at me. Nancy, a strange and unique kind of magic. You think they're trying to establish some mental link, like a telepathic link of some sort? But they're reaching out for something unfamiliar, therefore they can't do it. You don't think these guys are real people either, Or at least have some strange powers, as they just look at you, just sort of staring at you like, it's not him, I'm telling you, I can't do the thing.
So how many of them are actually like following like, oh, we should assassinate this guy, and how many are like, wait, this guy isn't real, or like
assassinate? What? Sorry, what?
So you said that,
sorry.
You said that one of them was like, yeah, Myriad scum and backhand them or something.
Yeah,
and said
one
that
of the guards,
they were gonna prep them for execution or something.
One of the guards immediately agreed with you. Whatever you said, they're like, yes, we'll do that immediately. Yeah, right. The other
obviously,
like, no, we're not.
This
That's
guy,
not the protocol.
Obviously, this guy knows what he's doing. He's in line for a promotion, I think.
Give me an intimidation roll to just be like, don't question me, get out of here, do what I say. Yeah.
She's 10 seconds away from murdering these people. Intimidation?
Intimidation. On a 15, these guys fuck off.
You can do it.
I'm gonna use knowledge from the past.
6. Kafuple.
Come
Knowledge
on.
from the past life.
6.
Let's go.
6. Let's go 6.
It has to be a 4,
Yeah, 4
I
or
think.
better. 4, 5, 6. You have a 50% chance of this working. Yeah. 4,
I'll
5,
take
6.
those odds any day.
3 on a 14. One of them walks up and says, Captain, you're not being yourself. I don't know if it's the booze or not, but this is unacceptable. We can't just execute these people. We need to question them. You are the one whose house was broken into. You need to come with us and give your statement as well. That's the protocol. And the other two look at each other like, that's right. So that's the protocol. Well, come on, let's go. And they're not going to grab you or force you to come with them, but they tell you, like, you're acting weird. We got to go to the station and do the normal thing we always do when there's a crime. What do? You realize, like, they're forcing you basically, like, you have to come with us. So this happened to you. We got to make sure everything is done properly. They are not taking your word of just, like, go away. Yeah?
So with Find Familiar, can you telepathically talk to them?
Yes, you can.
So as Nancy sees this is going south, she's gonna have Quip invisibly, like, kind of go this way, right?
Okay.
And then,
okay.
Hold on, let me pull up his actual sheet.
While you're doing that, so while you're figuring out what to do here, jumping back to the crew behind the house, you guys hop over. You realize they're taking people away, but they're getting distracted in the front of the house. There's like some confusion going on as it's you guys and this door. The door's locked. There's no window on the back.
Nick pulls
there
out
are
her
windows
claw.
on sides. Claw comes out. You can give me a sleight of hand roll to see if you're able to unlock it with your claws.
Can I give her
Because
the
I'm trying
help
to get
action?
Fang to come over.
Like,
You
not
can totally give her a
coincident.
help action.
Yeah, I'm not proficient in lockpicking or anything, but I've seen it done. You need to get
doing
the tumbler like this way, and then you twist.
You're doing the Kill Bill 1-inch punch to like adjust the lock for her.
Yeah,
19 is good here. With a 19, you're like, come on. As Noko's like, you gotta do this, giving you help here. You hear click, and the door slightly slides open.
I'm so proud of you.
Hey, come, Sir Floofers.
Sir Floofers appears next to you. You guys quickly make it into here. Orlin is a rat. Fang, are you staying outside? You hear some commotion happening. There's some chaos happening in front of the house. As your friends are like, yeah, whatever, we're just going. As they seem to throw the caution. The captain is in front of the house. But the more you're listening to this conversation here, and Fang, I think you're proficient in perception, correct?
Well, I have Nova as my eyes watching.
Listening. You see this person talking. They're not talking like the captain. No insight roll needed for you here. You've seen Nancy do this before. You realize, like, yeah, the captain's still at the party. So who is this? This has to be Nancy. Unless there's just another chaotic unknown thing, this is probably Nancy here. As these guards are starting more and more to distrust the disguise. What you know is the disguise captain. They are still like confused why the captain is acting this way. As you realize, like, okay, it's not him. This is not him. It's most likely Nancy. Is your guess?
I have what I'm gonna do if.
Okay.
Gotcha. Before you do though, yeah, Fang, do you have anything?
Watching Nova with the situation. Wait, I think I can just see, right? Through
Yeah, you
Nova.
can,
I can't hear.
you focus for a moment. You can basically hear or see. You have to switch in between them, but yeah, you can totally see, have senses
Oh,
if you're
okay.
familiar. No, you can do both. Sorry, you can totally do both. You can use the senses if you're familiar. So we see you just sort of close your eyes, and when they open, there are these sort of like hawk eyes, and instead Nova has like glowing eyes right now as it's looking, and you see through its senses.
Uh, I'll rush to the front
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay.
I'll rush to the front. Is the gate closed or is it still open?
It's broken open.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
You see a bunch of guards arresting some thugs. You see the symbols of the myriad on them. As these guards are like, "You're coming with us, criminal. Captain, you have to come with us." And they're talking to the captain who's
and
like looking around.
I'll yell, help! Tien needs help. There's more myriad guys. And I'll talk about like the other side, where he is.
That's
Very cool.
that's kind of in
give
line.
me a. Very good, very good. Nancy, you look over and you see Fang here. Fang, can I get a deception roll here? You can have advantage because of the general confusion and chaos that is happening right now. Natural 20. The same guy who was previous, who like backhanded him, says, "You sons of bitches." He backhands them again. The three other guards look like, "Captain, stay here. We'll take care of this."
And around that
You
moment,
take these two.
because Nancy didn't know Fang was about to run up, she was ordering Quip to go right here and kind of through the gates, somewhat visible, like on top of it because he can fly and stuff. She's gonna have him kind of scream like in his voice, but he's gonna say, "I'm with the myriad. I'm here to kill everyone. I'm a demon. Rawr." And he's gonna use. He's gonna use.
"I'm a little demon. I'm a naked little demon in the street," and he's just yelling.
He's gonna use the scare.
To just like make a commotion.
Yeah.
Very cool. As that, it does have a little scare ability to like frighten people. As the guards look like, "Oh my god, what is happening out there?" They point to one like, "You take these two to the station. The rest of you, you're with me. Captain, stay safe. We'll handle this. You don't look to be in the situation where you can fight or deal with these creatures." They look over like, "Oh my god, that's the sidekick. Can you help us with these myriads?"
Actually,
yes.
actually, Quip isn't in line of sight because it would give him disadvantage.
Right. He's just like, yelling from the other side. He's, "I'm naked and alone. Somebody get me fast." As he's yelling, you see a bunch of these guards like, "Oh my god, what the fuck is happening?" They all rush out. One of these guys brings these out. The priest says, "I think I'm just going to go home. This is a demon." He conjures an orb of radiance, says, "I will destroy the demon." And he starts making his way around the corner as well, quickly here, looking for where the invisible demon is. Can't find him. These guys take these dudes away. One of them like starts leading them back throughout the city. The three other guards says, you, with me." They start calling out these other guards, and they start just like combing the area for like trouble. As through natural 20s here, the fucking commotion, distraction, you guys clear out the entire house except for all of you. On the back, the door opens, and you guys make it in. Fang,
that went well.
Fang, everyone is so distracted. If you want to be like, yes, they went that way, and then whoop, slink away and disappear and let them just go on while you join your party, you can do that with a natural 20, yeah?
Yep, and then just close the gate back as best as I can.
Okay, you just push it and it keeps opening slightly.
Go to the door and lockpick it.
Nancy.
Oh, actually, I'm gonna check for traps.
Gotcha. You can check for traps here. Nancy, as you're like, okay, that kind of worked. They were really starting to not believe you at the end.
No, that was smooth. That was smooth. Perfect execution.
Excellent.
Twice is starting to form a
No
pattern.
riches.
It's starting to
Excellent.
form a pattern.
Fang, I need a sleight of hand roll here. The front door is better secured. This is going to be kind of a hard sleight of hand roll here.
Yeah.
18. You fiddle with it for
Not
some
bad.
time. You're not able to get through it on an 18, unfortunately. You think
Wow.
you're
Can Nancy
almost
try the key
there,
she
but are
got?
unable to. You try the key, it doesn't work. Not for this
Fuck.
house either.
One of these
You have a
locks is
key?
gonna work.
Yeah. You look around at these 12 houses around you. You're like, As you continue, Fang, it's going to take you some time. So on an 18, you're going to get through the door, but it's going to take you a lot of time to get through it. You're like, I can do this. It's just going to take me like 10 minutes. It's a very complicated lock.
I'm gonna keep going with it.
Okay, gotcha. You just keep like fiddling
I'll
at it
keep
for
going
some
with it.
time here as you're waiting. Back of the house, you guys enter. You see a small living room space here. There's a door that leads into the kitchen. There's a door that sort of goes up. Sorry, there's a set of stairs that lead upstairs here. The room is weirdly Spartan, and Spartan in a sense of like clandestine, militaristic. Like the table has a single chair, nothing on the table. There's no tablecloth at all. It looks so bare bones. There's a shelf with nothing on it. No books, no nothing. There's nothing on the walls. There's nothing. The candelabra has a singular candle in this like five candlestick type of set situation. It is oddly barren, this place. You see one door on the side that has a big chain, like a big heavy chain, and a lock on it that has runes that are glowing on it. Other than that, there's a door that leads to the kitchen and the stairs that lead up. You guys are in the house.
This is either a house of a psychopath or someone who is not a person.
It seems weird, like there's nothing in here.
Can I go and have a look at the locks and look
Yeah,
at
let's
them
find
from
this
like, a
ledger.
magical view?
You hear someone like picking at the lock at the front. Someone's trying to unlock the door at the front.
Oh shit.
Oh
As
yeah,
you
and the
guys-
last thing I said, was the captain's here.
The captain's here. That's right. So you guys are like,
That's
huh? As you hear someone like trying to like, but they're having a hard time opening the door or something's going on. There's a window nearby. One of you, if you want to, the rat easily without
Yeah,
being
I'll
noticed.
just run
right?
up and
You
look.
climb up. You see the captain and Fang trying to like fucking unlock the door.
So all right. Knowing Nancy said she was running off to do her own thing, and seeing Fang standing next to him, not panicked, could I put two and two together?
Easily, yes. You've seen
Yeah,
that. You
okay.
know, Nancy has shown you guys that she has the ability to alter her appearance. Looking at her here, and while he's trying to lockpick this and having a hard time, what is Nancy doing? Would she be doing anything to give away that it's her? That this is obviously not like the cool and composed captain guy, or is she doing something?
Honestly, she feels like Fang has it under control. She's just kind of messing with the cloak of many like useful things. She's trying to pull out random stuff. She pulls out like a tin can and throws it at him.
Yeah,
And
pulls
then-
out a tin can, pulls out a single crock and a slipper, and just like looking at a bunch of random shit in her fucking bag. As you realize, like, okay, that's Nancy. That's gotta
All
be
right,
it.
so like with my little like rat hand, I just tap on the window and wave, and my eyes glow brightly blue for a second to give it away.
Easy,
that it's me.
darling.
Holy fuck, it's a
I've
rat.
said, hey, it's Fang and Nancy, and I just wave.
Oh shit.
If you guys
I'll move
didn't
the door.
know that this was him, this would be the most horrifying thing. A possessed rat knocks on the window and looks at you at the fucking house. Horrifying.
I see them run off. I'm just like, why are they running away?
I would move at the door at that and try to open
Yeah.
it for them.
You look around, inspecting correctly on a passive perception of 17 as you approach the door. You see dangling, like on the frame of the door, there's something metallic sticking out. You, big old Goliath, look up and you see a spare key resting on top of the door.
I knew there was a
What?
fucking key.
I grab it and open the door.
You unlock the door. As you're messing with it there, Fang, you're like, almost got it. The door opens. You're like, whoa, I didn't know what happened.
Way to go,
As
Fang.
the door opens, and you see a Goliath standing there, which is funny enough
Like-
because
Like
you're not
it's a
crouching,
it's a
Noko.
double door and
Yeah,
the wrong door opens.
This is a human-sized door, so we see like the top of her brow as she's standing in the doorway looking at you there, a Goliath.
Yeah, crouching to peek in through. Welcome to my humble abode.
Tall is Noko. Noko, how tall are you? Just for reference.
6'9".
6'9". Okay, cool.
Um,
I've got friends who are like 6'5", and they're like at the top of door frames
Yeah,
in like
yeah.
normal houses.
Have to enter. Excellent. As you guys open the door there, you guys reunite together. In the meanwhile, here, Fig, while they're doing this, are you messing with anything in the house? Are you investigating any part of the house?
Yeah, she's messing with that.
Which one?
Big
There's the
lock.
door to the. Yeah, I was gonna say door to the kitchen, stairs going up, or the giant chain with the lock that means probably the pantry or something back there. You're not sure what that is, but it's got a.
Should be looking at
giant
that
lock.
one.
Okay,
'Cause
you
it
look
looks
at it
weird.
and you sparkly abjuration. Are you proficient in Arcana actually? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, you would recognize abjuration, protective magic, ward magic, repulsion, and sort of containment magic. You see that this lock and chain are enchanted, as well as the part of the door is enchanted with the same magic. You realize just picking at it, it might not work, or it could, but it would be, you think, nearly impossible, but not entirely impossible to unlock just by hand.
Is there any like under the door or over any cracks or a window into that room?
No, but you smell a strange scent. It's an unpleasant stench. You've smelled it before. It's the smell of the sewer.
Smells like dog shit. It's stuff.
Mhm. Yeah.
Is it coming from that room when I like peek under the crack or
Yeah,
whatever?
underneath. There's no light that you see inside, but as you sort of look under, there's nothing in there, and then you catch a whiff of it, and it's like, oh, that's sewer stench on the other side of that locked door.
That's gross. He's got a sewer entrance in here or something, and I can't get through this lock. Open it for me. Somebody?
Oh shit! You could have gone through the sewers, it seems.
Who wants to
Or
do
you.
that? That's gross.
No, that this is true.
Sir Flufers looks at you and says, Mistress, I am no thief or brigand, but I will try this for you. He tries, breaks a nail. Ah, fuck! Nope, it doesn't work, mistress. I'm sorry for my
Oh,
manners. That
no,
was
baby!
vile. It was vile what I said. I'm sorry.
Flufers, watch your tongue around, Fig.
Right.
Fancy.
Right.
There's some kind of a magical thingamajig. Petties, can you open this shit?
I can give it a shot, I guess.
Mhm.
There's maturation magic and
Yeah,
abjure.
I can see that.
Almost said
Masturbation magic.
Masturbation magic. Everyone pauses and looks over like, what?
That's the
That's not exactly
best
what she
school of
says.
magic. That's the best school of magic. I would say, I would turn to Nancy and say, just don't, if you're gonna do that spell that makes a big noise, could you like make it not big noise?
No, I ain't
yeah,
got
I
that
was
spell.
saying, Nancy, a wizard. You realize like this is a arcane lock spell. It'll make it impossible unless we know like a secret passcode or like a password or something that you can just say it'll unlock. Otherwise, I will need there's an incantation. You as a wizard instantly know it. You're like, knock spell. Yeah, knock spell could get us in there, but it's real loud. Or dispel magic, but I'm not really that powerful to cast dispel magic.
Did this big knock thing previously? Would you make it quieter? Or
I would if
anyone else could make
I
it
would if
quieter?
I had it prepared.
Oh shit, okay.
Nancy. See what spells she got. So, does it look like it would respond if you put in the right key?
It doesn't. Yeah, it has like a keyhole, but when you look into it, you realize there's a bunch of extra droppers and like teeth inside. Like you don't think a normal key is supposed to go into it. You realize the lock is a part of the incantation and part of the spell. This is an arcane lock spell. It requires a word rather than an actual key. That said, it is physical, and therefore with extreme level of sleight of hand, it might be unlocked.
So
mechanically out of game, being a wizard, it requires a DC 30 sleight of hand to just like force your way through it.
So is it I kind of blanked. Right? Is it a door or is it?
It's a door. It's a big like iron door.
Is there hinges?
Yeah, there's hinges. Well, not on this side. Presumably they're on the other side.
All right.
And we know for a fact that definitely guards within range that will hear it. Like, there's no chance they won't hear it if it's cast, right? Because I mean, it's 500 feet, isn't it?
You can faintly hear the guards doing the Skyrim thing, like, what was that? There was a sound back there. What was that? And like walking around looking for myriads, right? And you hear like, I'm a naked little demon, running around, and then the priest like shooting holy fire at an invisible demon, trying to figure out where it is. There's sort of a chaos happening outside.
Hold on. I'm gonna look up a spell real quick.
Is there any kind of gap at the bottom of the door and the
floor?
A
little bit. There's like maybe like a third of an inch or something like that.
I mean, I'll turn to the rat and say, I guess if you could turn into like a spider or something. And
would a little spider be small enough to fit through?
Funny enough. Rats can fit through almost any gap. They're really good at like being boneless and squeezing through shit, much like cats, right? So I will say on an acrobatics roll from the rat here, you can try to squeeze your way in there.
Yeah, I'll try it. I'll try it.
Before you go in,
I'll help you.
Before you go in, though, what is the plan? How are you going to open the door from the other side? Even if there is hinges, do you have a way of destroying the hinges?
Nancy.
I mean, I'm hoping there's an unlock inside. I'll figure it out.
Nancy will dismiss Quip and then summon him on the other side of the door.
Outside, he's going. You hear him, and you can suck my big fat, and then he disappears as he like reappears next to you. Mistress, I'm back. I was really naughty. I peed everywhere.
Yeah, good job. So you see the door in there? There should be hinges. Can you see if you can't like break them?
I'm pathetic and weak. I can't break anything. I can break my own neck if you want me to.
Oh, sorry, wrong one.
How about just pulling the hinges off? Like,
I can try.
Lifting the pin.
He turns into a slug and starts slowly making his way under the door. I
meant like summoning him on the other side of it. Because it doesn't say I have to see the...
You want him to see the hinges. Hinges are on the other side. He will have to crawl under the door to see the hinges.
Yeah, but no, I meant like I summoned him on the other side of the door. Because it doesn't say I have to see where I summon him. It just says within 30 feet.
I don't actually know.
Also he can shapeshift, so I mean freely, right? He can just shapeshift freely.
Let me see here. 1 hour or a ritual to summon him. You can do an action disappearance of the imp. It's a magic action while it is temporarily. You can cause it to reappear in an octopus way within 30 feet of you.
Let's go.
So, yeah, I guess technically you don't need to see it, as he will, reappear behind the door here. As on a 11 here, once again, you're a rat. It's really easy for you to do this. You make your way under the door as you and Quip are on the other side. Quip reappears, looks over, and says, fucking rat, I'm so kind of hungry.
You should eat it.
I say, keep away from me or I will kill you right now.
Oh god, it's an evil rat!
And like you see me like hold my little paws up and a little like starry globe of light appears because
don't be bullying Quip over there.
I'm so sorry, I'm pathetic. A rat was gonna kill me. He starts crying and vomiting on the other side of the door.
He has very low self-esteem already. Come on,
extremely.
can we see the hinges in the inside?
On the other
Okay.
side, you see a 5-foot space that has a staircase leading down from it. You see a small basement area down here. A singular candle is lighting up what looks to be a small table here, and you see a large book on this table down below here. There is a sewer grate in the middle of the room, and it can smell the sewer sort of wafting from underneath it. This is a little basement area under the house here. The door has hinges on this side, and you can see painted on the side of the door, on the inside of the other side of the door where you're in right now, is a massive red eye. Yeah, painted in a strange red liquid that smells somewhat iron. Yeah.
Would I know looking at it? Like, does this look magical in some way, or is it more just like a logo painted in?
Unless you're casting detect magic of some sort, is going to be your best guess with an Arcana check.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Just having just eyeballing
Go
it.
ahead.
Cool.
Go ahead and give me an Arcana roll here. As Quip starts looking around, Nancy, you can see through his eyes. You see the hinges on the right side of the door. 19. You don't think this is a magical symbol that has an innate magic effect. It is more so a symbol of worship of some kind.
All right, Quip. What you're gonna do is you gotta take your thumb and then just pop up the pin.
Okay. I don't know what that means. What pin?
The pin on the
door pin?
hinge. Yeah, all right, so
Okay.
you see the doorknob on the other side, there's hinges.
Okay.
All right, so
Okay,
you put your thumb in between the little hole and then pop it up.
I did it. He moves it. Make me a strength roll for him.
God damn it. He's gonna break his damn thumb. Let me pull up Quip.
Does he have a thumb?
Yeah, he doesn't have strength.
He has tiny little clawed fingers. He pops it in there. You guys hear a horrible flesh and skin ripping sound. He goes, "Mistress, I took my own hand off." Fuck.
Your whole hand?
As you see, his hand is fully missing at the wrist now. He's like, bleeding
All right,
badly. Yeah.
it's a good thing you got another thumb.
He grabs his hand. Orlin, you're seeing it. He grabs his hand, starts sucking on it, and eats his own hand. That was gross. That was gross.
It's okay, you have another thumb. Try again.
I'm just looking just amazed. Just
You see this
amazed.
little demon. Once again, this is a demon. It is a nonsensical creature that we mortals can possibly understand the depths of madness of, right? As he starts trying to fuck with the other one, he says, "I can't do this, mistress. I could never do this. I suck. I suck ass."
I'll just whisper through. I'll just sort of say through the door. How much do we care? But we just want these hinges damaged, right? How heavy do the hinges look?
The
Like,
hinges
are they,
do not
like-
look magical. They look to be made out of iron. You realize to yourself, as a druid, a way of nature lies iron, the weight of civilization, the power of infrastructure and such, the power of construction and such. You think to yourself, a solid or potent, powerful heat might meld it and morph it, or acid might be able to burn through it.
Oh,
You know what? All right. I'll morph back into my normal form because, yeah, that seems reasonable at this point. I'll do that, and then I'm going to use savage. What's it called? I have an attack, a melee attack,
Primal
which was
savagery?
acid. That
Yeah,
primal savagery.
yeah.
So I
Awesome.
gloved that fangs dripping with acid and just sort of, I guess, claw at the hinges quick. I guess.
So Quip is the only one who sees this, but we see you sort of extend your hand, and we see your nails grow, and your sort of fingers kind of harden into these strange bestial sort of hide and nasty, long, gnarly fingers with black acid oozing from them as you swipe at it here. 1, 2. You guys hear on the other side, and then the door starts to lean forward. Noko, you're big and strong. You can catch the door immediately. It's kind of heavy, but not heavy. You're strong. You guys watch the door, doom, just fall off its hinges. If you guys want it and can carry it, you can mark down you have an arcane locked door without hinges.
way to go, Quip. You're so strong.
I did it. He's missing both of his hands. I did it.
I just go, yeah, Quip, really impressed me, and I just look at it out the side of my eye.
Where are your hands?
I ate them.
Do they grow back? I mean,
I don't fucking know. I've never done this before.
don't cuss at me. I'll
Nancy,
slap the
make
shit
it
out
go
of you.
away.
He just sort of like looks around and like just like I helped. As you guys all make your way down into this basement, slowly looking around. This is a damp and dark place. You see barrels and crates stacked around the place. You see that grate in the middle with the smell of sewer emerging, and a very faint light coming off a few candles up ahead, and a large tome that sits in the middle.
Is the grate locked, or can it twist off, or is there any mechanism to open it? The grate.
The grate seems to be like nailed down. It's like part of the floor. You might be able to rip it open, but again, you have that acid now. You might be able to cut.
Can I use that and just try and like cut around it so we have a way out if we need it?
First thing that happens. As you guys walk in, like, okay, let's do this. We watch as Fig stops and looks. As we see, Noko, you grab this door. Like, what do we do with this door? Noko, you turn, and then you see it as well. The symbol of the eye that you've looked at through your prisoned doors for years.
Oh, shit.
As Fig, you see it. You've seen it before. You've seen it on many people that made up most of your young adult life. On their apparel, badges, necklaces. You've seen this symbol before many a time. As you see the symbol of the eye of Vecna on the door, drawn in blood.
Let's get out of here now.
But we just got
Noko,
here.
let's go.
Yes, grab that book. We are out of here now.
Jay.
Yes.
While they were,
This is
while they were,
I'm gonna show you just real fast what you guys are seeing down here. If Roll20 will fucking let me. There. Come on.
Come on, Roll20. Let him.
It is fully frozen. Full frozen. Hold on.
Also, just for everyone's awareness, when I transform back, you notice my beard's grown back out fully and my hair's grown back out, and it's like I almost like defaulted back because it's the first time I shapeshifted to my makeover.
Did you guys move to a different tab, by the way?
I'm still wearing my new out.
Everything's the same for us.
You're still on the street, right? I gotta reload. I think it's just fucking bricked. Hold on.
Still in the town map, yeah.
Yeah. Let me reload real fast. I don't want to like move you guys.
Yeah, I like to think I defaulted back to my default sense of myself, and I'm like, God damn it, what happened? Like,
gotta groom yourself again.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I haven't seen this. I've only seen the roof of the building so far.
There you go. You guys, this is what you see.
Could you set some light settings going?
Yeah. You see, I think you see light. You don't have dark vision, right? As a Goliath, so you see the candles.
Shit! It's real dark.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, it's dark, and you just see the candles burning.
I'll cast light on my staff just so they can see.
Nice. Thank you.
Okay.
I was gonna make the light brighten.
Oh, all right. Go over to Noko, I guess, because they can't see, and I just. Sorry.
Yeah, Nancy as well with your control flames, or which one can do that? One of your spells can
Thaumaturgy.
Brighten. Thaumaturgy, very good. You brighten up the light here as you watch the. Let me enhance this little torch for you guys so you can see a little more. As you guys can now see a little better, I think. As you watch as she sort of flicks her wrist, the captain flicks his wrist, and light fills this space. As you guys should be able to see a lot better now. Still kind of dark in here, but a little better.
Yeah.
You guys see a bunch of these barrels, some crates nearby. It looks like a storage space. And on a table, lit up with some candles, is a book. There's a large book with red covers and a carved symbol of an eye with like a slash going down the middle of it.
Just to clear it out, so after we opened the door, like how did we end up in this basement area?
You see these here? Well, you can't see them because it's too dark still. There are stairs right there, but I don't think you can see them. So you slowly had to, those of you with the dark vision should see some stairs over there. But Noko, you're just like, okay, slowly down the stairs.
So seeing Noko struggle a bit.
Noko, you have torches if you want to, or I was going to say Orlin, if you want to.
So seeing Noko struggle a bit, I'll say, Noko, do you have something on you that you want to be your light? And
I'll just give you like a copper coin here, please.
All right, I'll just touch it and it will glow brightly, and I'm like, okay, here you go. You put that in your pocket, hide it.
Thank you. Okay, now I can see.
There you go. Now you can see these are.
I
sticks,
appreciate
these
the
are-
use of thaumaturgy, but that wasn't enough.
yeah. It's still a candle, right? It brightens up to 4 times its size, but it's still kind of. This is what you guys see here. As Fig, instinctively, you step forward towards this thing. Fig, you hear this like click, 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 as you're like, what am I hearing? And you look down, and in this moment, for whatever reason, Fig, your heart doesn't feel like it's beating. It feels like it's ticking, like a clock would. You've never had this experience before. You don't know what's happening. But the moment you saw that book there, you see like almost like 200 pages, right? That you see pieces of paper inside of it. One amongst them, as you're looking at it, Fig, is glowing. The same exact glow you saw in the chest of that Drake creature. There must be like 300 pages in the book. One of them is obviously glowing. The rest of you guys just see a book. You don't see anything glowing.
So the door has a symbol of Vecna, and the book has a symbol
The
symbol
door
of
which
Vecna.
is above here, right? The door is technically like above this barrel here. It's like steps
Okay.
and then it turns to the side is how you guys got in here. And on the inside of the door that these guys knocked out from inside, that you saw when you went past it, you realized like, uh-oh. And you look down and now on the book, it's not exactly the symbol that you remember, though. It's not typical symbol of Vecna. As you see some like big slash down the middle of the symbol. Although it doesn't seem to have been made after the fact, like someone angrily slashed through it. It's like worked into it. That's like a main focus of it.
I pop out one claw and kind of try and open to that one page that I'm interested in. The glowing one.
You stick your claw in and slowly flip it open. You see the page you open, the other page that you don't care about, has a bunch of names, locations, and places on it. Bunch of information. You have no idea what it means. The page right there, you see, staring back at you, is a odd and unsettling sight. There on the page is a symbol and writing, a lot of writing, strange symbology and scribbles that almost looked like it were written by mad sages of the past. As you sort of inspect it, you can kind of spot appearance of a man, like a man with a strange crown made of his own skin or bone or something, and he has a candle sprouting from his head. He is walking sort of forward. He's surrounded by darkness from all sides that is trying to, these strange tendrils, and almost depicted as if darkness, but it's, you can kind of see fingers and hands reaching out towards this man as he's just sort of in motion, stepping forth through the darkness with this candle on his head. You kind of stare at this in confusion as you see the script on it. You don't quite recognize. As the rest of you kind of peer over that way, does anyone here speak infernal or abyssal?
Both of them.
Ooh.
Nope.
Okay. You see in diabolical script written are words of incredible magical power. This thing oozes with energy, like a well of magical energy from this page. Being a wizard especially, you sense this thing erupting. Fig, being a warlock as well, you can almost feel the power to be able to sort of tap into it. This page here, you watch, looks very mismatched with the rest of the book. The rest of the book is obviously just one completed book here, but this page was not part of it. It was tucked into it to sort of be hidden away. You see this page sitting there. The immediate feeling all of you get as you look at it for longer here, the abyssal script, the infernal script on it, gives you a sense of lethargy. You feel, I don't know, tired looking at it. It doesn't have any effects on you that you can feel, just this strange aura of exhaustion that it kind of radiates.
What is that, Fig?
Nancy looks
What
visibly
we're looking
like
for.
Was that Fig? Sorry.
Yeah. It's what I was looking for. And I look at Nancy.
Fig, for sure, slightly different color than the one that you saw in the chest of the dragon. You think this might be the one that was stolen from Shalomire?
It's Sergeant BS's, I think. I look at Nancy.
Yeah,
Can you
you
read
should.
this?
Yeah, I can read it. It speaks of like power. There's really powerful stuff in it. You should hand it over.
I put my claw on it. My paw on it. To who?
Huh?
As
To
you put
who?
your hand on it,
To
here,
who? She says.
Fig, before you continue, Fig, as you're like, no, hold on. To who do I do? As you put your hand on it, you feel something. There is a whisper in the back of your head as you hear this. Like, you must be imagining. It's the wind. It's got to be like the wind in the sewers. Something. You hear this.
Must
like,
have been the wind.
You hear this like long kind of like chuckle as you look around. Like, what the? Nothing. As you touch the page there, you feel your not holy symbol, your arcane focus, right? Flicker, and you hear this like click, 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 click. Fig, something stirs within your arcane focus, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Do we like visibly see her reacting, or is it just like immediate?
No, she puts her hand on the thing like, what for? Right? Just speaks normally as she does. And the moment that
I just want
happens,
to.
something.
I just want to say that Sir Floofers is down here. I know Token's not down here, but he
Sure,
came
sure.
down just in case.
I'm assuming all the familiars are
Oh,
here,
shit.
and they're like, I'm just not gonna overcrowd the map here.
If I can, notice anything going on with Fig, I would love to like put my hand on her shoulder and give her my inspiration.
Nothing weird or super odd here, but out of game, yes, you can totally pass your inspiration for a reroll here for Fig. And I'll describe what happens at the end of this.
Wisdom save again. Yes.
I will say, if you
Let's go.
want to, right? Oh my God, incredible. Fig.
Just in case, since you've said this is so important, or so powerful, excuse me, Sir Floofers is going to use his ingenuity to give me +2.
+2, that's right. Awesome. He looks to you, his eyes flash, yours eyes flash here as your arcane symbol kind of glows for a moment. You guys see the arcane symbol glow, and for a second here, Fig, rather than this being like something just happens to you, I will give you a choice here. As you touch this thing, you feel this suction, but not from the page there on the table, but instead from within. Whatever that strange item you have with you attempts to siphon this thing, to absorb it. You feel this. It is not your feeling. It is something that is happening to you, but your mind is guarded enough that you realize that it's happening in time, and you have a choice here. Do you let it happen, or do you quickly pull your hand away?
Am I feeling that it's whatever's happening? Do I have feeling that it's evil, or do I have feeling that's just powerful?
When you feel this page, and obviously like infernal script and everything, it feels ominous. It feels like lethargic and sickening in a way. This page has some vile power to it, right?
I put my hand away.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but it's not the page doing this. It's your artifact doing this, as it tries to absorb that very vile feeling. And I'm asking you, do you let it? Do you let your arcane focus absorb this, or do you quickly pull your hand away on a wisdom of 22?
Oh shit. What would you fucking do? I don't fucking. Feeling the page is evil. Yeah, but I don't. I think she doesn't like the evilness of the page. So if she feels the page is evil, she'd pull her hand back.
Okay, you quickly
even
pull
though
your hand
it's
back
the thing.
as
Yeah.
As she pulls her hand back, you guys see rising from the page those shadows that are like reaching towards that figure with the candle in his head begin to kind of rise from it and kind of reach out. The shadow kind of tendrils reach out towards her hand and then kind of settle back down into the page. She quickly pulls her hand away.
To continue
What
the
the fuck was that?
conversation Fig and Nancy were having a little bit, she asked she was like, what or why when Nancy asked for the page, right?
Well, you didn't ask for it. You said I can't. She didn't know that
You said give it
you
over.
wanted to give it to somebody or something. I can't remember what you said.
Yeah, you should give it to me because I studied a lot of abyssal and infernal things and dark scripts, and I would know it better than most here.
Do I look at her? I feel that's evil. The page. She wants the page. Can I do an insight check or something?
Please
I'm
do.
just kind of.
I mean, you guys only know
She
each other for
welcomes
some
it.
time. You know that she's a little like chaotic and a little bit shady, perhaps here. Once again, there is no need for like insight roll against your
Oh, okay.
fellow players, right? When it comes to NPCs, you can insight as much as you want. You can try to figure out if I'm lying to you or not. When it comes to your guys' characters, you don't need to insight every time. I'm gonna say your gut feeling versus what you're hearing and saying, right? I can't tell you how your character feels in times unless it's a monster doing an effect on you or something like that, right?
Okay.
So when you hear your ally here saying this, you got to make a call.
I look at her and I say, it's evil. And I grab it again and I shove it in my mouth.
So you didn't want to touch it, but you're eating it.
But I don't, yes.
The moment you do, you don't feel anything like horrible. Immediately you feel like, it feels like a cotton mouth. My mouth feels really dry immediately. Yeah? As you guys watch her just grab this like evil looking page, but fucking scrunch it up and throw it in her mouth.
You think you're chaotic, Nancy? Just think it's true.
As you see her cat start to eat a paper. Yeah. You guys,
could I
your mouth
reveal
feels dry.
something
Mango.
if she was rolling insight to like peer into Nancy?
I mean, you can tell me here. You don't need to roll any insight here or any deception or anything. When you see this happen, when she looked to you, what would have she seen? Huh?
Fig, like while Nancy was telling Fig like oh, you should give it to me because I know stuff. You didn't get the sense she was lying, but you also get the sense she's craving the dark power that was within it. And as soon as you eat it, you see like this spark of anger in her face.
Yeah.
Almost like you ripped something out of like a toddler's hand.
She gives you like a. You should give it to me. Come on, give it to me.
Why the hell would you just eat something like that?
Immediately, how do you swallow it, or are you just holding it in your mouth?
I think I'm like, when she says that, I stop chewing. And I'm probably kind of choking on it because you said it's really dry.
You realize it's like bending and it's like kind of spongy, and you notice like your teeth are unable to pierce through it. You're squeezing real hard, and you just can't go through it.
I kind of smile, I pull my teeth, my lips up of my snout or whatever. I don't know.
Stop it!
Cats have
What are you
lips, I
doing?
don't know. Yeah.
Give it out. Put it out. I can reach my hand.
Trying to like grab a toddler, swallow the toy, swallow the Lego piece. You're trying to grab it out of her mouth. Yeah. As this is happening, Orlin, while everyone's here, you're looking around. You catch with your like divine sight, your dark vision, your angelic sight here. You see something right past where Fig is like getting fucking Goliath hand in her mouth, trying to grab this thing. You see an outline. With your incredible perception here, I'll say, Noko, you're a little distracted here, trying to like help Fig. So it's Orlin that notices Ferd. You see a seam in the wall. You think there might be more to this room right behind Fig there? A secret door, maybe?
Can I go over and try and figure out how to open it? I guess see if there's any mechanism or just press against.
Back over here here next to Fig. Right, as she was there, you look at the situation and you're like, wait a minute. And you
Give it out. Put it out. Spit it out now.
I'll just say, hey, I'll just say move out the way a second. Just move out the way a second, and I'll like try to shove people out the way a little bit at this point. I'm like, just move out the way a second.
As again, pure chaos.
Yeah.
This party, pure chaos. As you guys are sort of moving, Fang. In the meanwhile, you look over and you see the rest
grab
of that
the
big
book?
ledger. Yes, exactly. Fang, keeping your mind on the task here, like I gotta find out what the fucking mystery is here. What's going on? You grab this book and start to sort of look on through it. As Orlin, you walk over and you see this like secret door. Give me an investigation roll, Orlin, to find out like it's not moving, so there has to be something somewhere to press.
I'll give myself guidance before I do
Guidance
that.
as you start looking over this. Meanwhile, Fang, you're looking at this book. You're going page to page here.
Oh,
you're
not 20.
You're seeing. Let's go. Fang, you're looking at names, numbers, locations, and time here. Like, what is this? What is going on here? And you start sort of flipping on through here, and you see. Go ahead, Fang. Give me an investigation roll with advantage here, because partially this script here, this nonsense, is partially written in a sort of variant version of thieves' can. It's like a cipher, like a secret language.
Hey.
20. Incredible.
22.
Fang. All right. Wait, 22? How 22?
Yep.
You had advantage.
Because you said advantage.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Yeah.
I forgot immediately. All right. As you start looking on through here, on a 22, you're looking through, like, most of these are just like when people were like captured, imprisoned. What were they charged with? Captured, imprisoned, and then it's like at one point becomes sort of like this date, this merchandise arrived, it went this way, and most of it is sort of nondescript, nothing of note, until you start catching a pattern. Like every few of these, every like odd number of the, like a few odd numbers of these has a specific location that aligns with the rest of these locations. As you begin to realize some of the names here, every few of them, as you break this cipher, and you see names of many of these, like, while most of the names are like, this criminal was apprehended, this shipment arrived, and every once in a while it's like, this nobleman made a donation to the police, to the Water Watch here. As you go down the line, maybe 30, 40, 50 or so names, all nobility, that after talking to Sergeant Shallowmeyer, you realize are all people that have gone missing. Every single one of them was described in here to have traveled to a certain section of Stilben, having been invited there for a dinner with the spawn, whatever that means. There is a certain restaurant where all of these people have gone, and these are like few days apart, few weeks apart. It's never like too close to each other, as they've gone to meet with something called the spawn, and at the end of it, there's a check mark. Every single one of these has a check mark. As you flip on through to the back of the book, you see all of your names. You see a date for 2 days from now, and no check mark next to it.
But there's a name on it, or no name?
There are your guys' names, but it's your guys' name in here, as you realize, like, this is scheduled. This is what is being planned. In 2 days from now, someone's gonna invite us for a dinner, and then we might end up like the rest of these creatures, these dead people.
Gotcha. All right. I'm gonna keep this to myself and say, we need to get out of here. Like right now, we have the page, we have the evidence. We need to go.
As you're saying this and looking around, you hear click. As you look over and you see Orlin feeling the wall, listening, hearing the wall. You feel a bump. You push. Click. It sets into the wall. The door grinds out of the way slowly, revealing forth yet another room. As you slowly turn the corner,
Yep.
as you slowly peek in and turn the corner, you pause, and your blood not really, but sort of like figuratively, begins to boil. As your sort of ASMR blood begins to react almost immediately negatively. It's like catching an allergy. You begin to feel your eyes sort of kind of swell a little bit, your nose gets a little stuffed. As you step into this next room, go ahead and step into the room, you will see an empty space. On the ground at the back of the room is a circle of multiple pentagrams drawn in blood, and sitting atop them is a hulking, like 7 foot tall with like folded in wings, creature of stone with glowing green eyes that is just sitting there. Not looking at anything, just sort of staring at the ground. Some sort of a gargoyle, perhaps, or something is just sitting in the middle of this circle of blood. You see within the circle are words, strange script of some sort. The creature does not react to you. Statue does not react to you. You see one defining detail, however. In the mouth of the creature is a sword. Some sort of a short sword or a scimitar. The creature's mouth is open and the sword is going into its throat, like it disappearing into its body.
All right, I know it's probably
in this next room.
I know it's probably a mistake. Oh, so much of me wants to so badly.
The rest of you you see the door open, right? If as
Shut
Lauren's
up.
looking
Okay,
at this.
I'm gonna go forward and just grab the sword. I found something, and just go to grab it out.
You grab the sword. As you begin to pull it out, you hear this grinding sound, and you see the sword is made of like black material, this like strange black metal. As you begin to sort of draw it from this, as it thing comes on out, this creature just sort of remains there. It doesn't move. It doesn't react in any way. As you're like, okay, that's weird. I have a sword now. It's a short sword, like a scimitar type of looking blade. As you guys see this like big stone gargoyle, the rest of you can now enter the room if you want to, and you see this gargoyle sitting in the middle of this like decagram of blood.
I think Noko and I think
Oh
are
my
kind of
God.
struggling with the paper, and I figure like I finally get it out of her mouth.
Gotcha.
Is she still trying to like flee in panic? I'm like kind of crabbling fig. Is she still trying to like?
Not if you've got a arm around her. She's not going anywhere.
Yeah, she's gonna calm your ass down.
Yeah,
What the
Fig,
heck?
do you
What's
do you,
going
like
wrong with you?
Pig, do you eventually like spit it out and let Noko have the page, or like I'm asking like out of character, do you let her take the page from you?
She's got to fight for it.
Okay.
But
Roll
yes,
initiative.
she gets it eventually. She's much stronger than
Yeah,
me.
yeah. No, like she'll pull it out of her mouth and like unfurl it, and then give it to you.
The moment you hold it, it's like, why do you give it back to her? The moment you like hold it out of her mouth, you see all the like the spittle of her mouth, right? Just
I shake it off.
Fizzle away and
Oh,
burn
shit.
away as the page returns to like a pristine state. And as it does, Noko, you feel this like twitch in the back of your mind as Fig, you see her like react in pain. And her head sort of like clicks a few times as she like readjusts her head. Noko, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Just a heads up, I was walking back
I'm
with the
glad
sword.
I
just
gave
like,
my,
look,
Yeah,
found
this
the
is all
sword.
kind of happening
Yeah,
simultaneously.
that's letting you know.
This is all happening.
Nat 20!
Oh, wow.
What is with you guys? The natural 20s tonight. Noko, you
Yay.
grab the page. It burns away. You're like, what the hell? With a natural 20, you watch, and I will say, with your sort of wisdom found through ages of meditation and training and age, you instantly have an innate understanding of this. You feel powerful darkness locked away. Not like thinking or sentient in any way, but darkness that grants great power. You feel great offering that this thing grants, a boon of self-preservation, of self-restoration, but also a grand risk that it could pose to one using it. With a natural 20, you learn what you're looking at. You don't know what part or part of what this is, but in your mind, something unlocks like a secret known by none, instantly made clear to you. like it's not even your own thoughts giving you this information.
Yeah.
As
kinda-
you instantly realize you're looking at an item called Page 2 Alchemy. That's what the
Okay.
page looks like. As you instantly realize what it does, this is a powerful magical item of some sort. It is a page that can be used an infinite amount of times, like a scroll, but it can be exhausted. And it says, as a part of a you can use page, you make a wisdom saving throw, and if you succeed during the short rest, you get benefits of a long rest. However, if you fail the save, you gain vulnerability to all damage
Okay.
until your next long rest.
That
As you realize, like,
sounds-
what the hell is this thing? Yeah. And
okay.
also, you know it in your mind that this is page 2, immediately signaling to you like there's got to be more.
Nancy.
Do I feel? Well, Nancy is over there with Orin. Do I feel like in this moment that there is any kind of corrupting effect? Does it feel
On a
evil?
natural 20, you feel like there is something like evil. Good or evil are like, you know, like they're like, I don't know what.
In D&D,
don't
they're
know.
kind of
Yeah, evil in D&D is like villainy, selfishness, that type of stuff.
Yes.
You feel, I will say, on a natural 20 here, you're not a wizard, you're not an artificer, you don't know magic items by just looking at them. You, with your wisdom check here, with your save, realize that something tried to grant you a dark boon. It's not the level of like warlock you would become or something like that, but something offered its power to you in a very much so like, look what you can have. Look at the might you can have. You could be undestroyable. You can restore yourself through this accursed alchemy. You think this item might hold some cursed power, but it is not necessarily sentient in a sense of like it forces you to try to use it or something like that.
Okay. As Orin and Nancy are investigating the room over, Noko will like finally grab the page out of her mouth and have the sensation of it as it unfurls in her hand, and like she squeezes it in her hand and gives a serious look to Fig. And one of those looks that your grandma gives, and you need to calm your ass fucking down and listen. Is not a toy. I will give it to you in time. When you learn to control your urges. Learn to control your manners and your mind.
Why are you gonna give it to me? I don't want it. I just didn't want her to have it because she's weird sometimes, and she really wanted it, and I think it might be bad for her. I don't want
Okay.
it.
You don't want it?
No, it's bad.
No,
I
you're like,
think-
you
Because
passed
I-
the test. You can have it.
No, I have a bit like I believe in you. I believe in you.
Fango
I believe.
walk over to him.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
hear all of this. You
Oh.
you
Yeah, I was
can.
gonna say before
I
you walk
believe
over,
in
you
you.
were gonna stay there.
I believe in you, Fig. I think I don't know what is going on with you and the powers that you have been given not 2 weeks ago. But this is something more. Not as much and at the same time something more. Which I do not know. Do you mind if I hold it for a little while? Maybe have someone take a look at it. Maybe Nancy, maybe someone else.
Just be
And then
careful.
you
I
can
don't want
have
her to get hurt either. I don't think it's a good thing. You saw the eye, right?
There is good and bad in it. It is useful, but it might be bad.
Well,
And-
I don't
and-
want it. You do what you want then, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, she'll
You're
pocket
gonna
it
give it
and
to her as a present?
no, she'll
I want a
pocket
present
it.
too.
She'll
As-
pocket it
As you're
and give
doing
it,
this, as you finish-
get out a little chocolate chip cookie and give it to the Fig.
Don't give chocolate to cats, man. What the hell?
You said
As-
that taxi.
Okay,
Sorry,
right,
go
my
on.
bad,
Yeah.
that's Captain, that's Sergeant BS again. Sorry. As you holding the scroll and you're like wrapping it up, Fang, you walk into the room, you see this like, oh my god, horrible like gargoyle thing. As you're still I imagine you're taking the book with you, or did you just read it and put it down? Yeah?
I had the book with me, but when I look back and saw them like struggling over the page, I would just come forward with the book and like present it so they could put it back in the book, and we were taking the book with us.
No,
Like some-
Noko
think
pockets it
am
into
I-
like a satchel on the side.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see, you're like
That's
wrap it up, but it's not a part of the book, right? It was just tucked in there. Fang, you sort
Oh.
of grab this. They didn't rip it out. This was a page of some sort. It was just tucked in there and left in there. As Orlin, you
Okay.
grab this strange blackened blade, and you're just sort of observing it, like, what the hell is this thing? Yeah. You watch little shadows begin to emanate from it here. And then Nancy, you look at this like script here. Nancy, can I have you make an Arcana roll? As you look at this strange circle on the ground.
Arcana.
Arcana, yes.
uh,
11 is the DC here.
Perfect.
Nancy, because this is a first level spell that's on the ground. Nancy, you look around, you see Orlin walk up, step into the circle, draw this blade, and look at it like, whoa, look at this thing. As he walks back to you guys, Nancy, you look down, you see like strange circle. The runes on it are kind of familiar. I think I've heard of this is an alarm spell that he just stepped in.
Orlin, you fucked up.
As there was no sound, nothing audible and such, as you look down and realize instantly on a DC 11, as this is a level 1 spell, he just stepped into an alarm spell. Whoever put this thing down knows someone's here who's not supposed to be.
All right, we need to go. We need to go now.
I'm just sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think the hinges off the door and all the broken locks on the front door and the missing page will probably be good enough to let them know that someone was here.
Yeah, they know we're. I don't care if they know we're here. They know we're here now.
Exactly. Noko, I have 2 sets of both terrible news, one of which you would innately understand. Noko, you're like, God, it stinks in here. There's like sewer stench, kind of bad, but what's that? I'm smelling something else, and it brings me back. Brings me back to my youth. It's kind of acidic and burns up my nostrils. And you look past Fig, and you see one of the barrels has a cork that has fallen off of it, and some of it is sort of dripped out onto the ground. You look at it. 3 big barrels, full to the brim, of black powder.
Oh shit.
Oh my God.
Second set of bad news. As Nancy goes, hey, that's an alarm system. We gotta get the fuck out of here. Fang and Noko in this room, and Fang, who's walked over, you hear this like bubbling sound from underneath you, like, oh, someone flushed. Gross. But then you see the edge of the sort of the railing down below begins to overflow. Like sewage begins to rise from the bottom, and then you see a hand made of blue slime begin to drag itself slowly, and you see a face begin to push through the bars as it opens its mouth and it splits, as you see a slime creature begin to pour forth from the sewage below, going, "Things return it!" As a slime monster of large proportions, its head only, begins to pull itself into this space. As you see, it has a face of like an old man, but it begins to quickly fall away and just becomes this like slime. As it begins to emerge, it looks around to you all as it roars loudly. I need everyone to make an initiative roll, please.
Yes. Let's fucking go.
My gut reaction would have immediately been, Nancy, I told you it was slime.
Well, I told you. You triggered the alarm, dummy. Boom.
This creature emanates a powerful aura from itself here as you guys roll. Excellent. Good rolls. Good rolls. This monster needs to roll as well. He gets a 9. Pretty low roll for it. Okay, there we go. Good initiatives here. As 26 on Fang here, incredible. You watch as this creature emerges and begins to roar loudly here, bubbling up. This stench that it unleashes immediately feels almost kind of paralyzing as you lose your focus just looking at it here. As you realize, yes, whatever it is that Orlin stepped on has sent off an alarm of some sort to who you don't know, but at least this one slime creature emerges instantly. As it does, Fang, you have the
Yep.
initiative. What do you do? You realize it's only a matter of time now that the alarm has been triggered, that more people will come to inquire.
I'll yell. I'll as I go past. I'll say, "Orlin, give me the sword." Do you give me the sword or no?
I mean, I wouldn't hold on to it. If he's trying to grab it on my hand, I'll let him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have this.
Yeah.
You have a short sword. It's like strange
Okay.
black obsidian sword.
I'll try to go past him.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, damn it, I didn't count.
You
5.
see this thing? This thing
15,
is looking
20,
over towards Noko, who has this thing
25.
just in her bag right now. The strange page is making these sounds. As it does, you see Fang. Another face grows on the side of it as it looks at you and screams immediately right as well.
25, 30.
Fang, as you move towards the exit, this thing is going to make an attack of opportunity against you unless you were using a bonus action to disengage this turn.
I will.
Okay.
And I will also.
This creature lunges for you. You dodge, duck, and roll out of the way.
And for my action, I want to yell, "Come and get it!" And I'll show him the sword. Maybe that's what he's talking about. Hopefully.
It looks at a sword for a moment and looks sort of surprised, and it starts to reach out for you, and the main face goes, "No, page, first, follow orders," as it slinks back into its body, and he turns towards Noko here.
Ah, crap. Well, I tried.
Likes the sword, wants the page.
Okay.
Okay.
That's my turn.
That's going to be your turn for now. Nancy, it is now your turn. Nancy, you see a horrifying slime creature emerge, drag itself from the sewers as it grows a bunch of like heads and these like pseudopod limbs.
All right. Nancy kind of mutters on, like, not under her breath. She tries to do under her breath, but loud enough for Orlin to hear. Just, God damn it, Orlin. And then she walks past, slaps his ass, and then, hopefully, she's still disguised as
if
the.
you weren't so handsome, I would have just been so mad at you. All right, excellent.
Hopefully, she's still disguised as the captain.
Yeah.
She's gonna try to order this thing to stand down.
It roars back at you. You see it form the face of the captain, says, "Not our face! Not our face!" and just roars at you.
You know, fuck it.
It seems to understand that you're not one of whatever it is.
He had a chance. All right. And then Nancy. Let me just grab the spells. Is gonna cast. Hold on. I need to measure.
Damn, Roll20 is fucking bugging up today. I gotta reload again.
All right. Nancy would like to cast Shatter. Centered on here.
Oh, okay. Boom, blasting out into it from the back there. Incredible. This is a con save, I want to say.
It's a Constitution saving throw, and I think it's half damage. So
half damage, so guaranteed damage here. Very good. Go ahead and roll that damage.
How loud is Shatter?
Shatter is really loud.
Isn't it like knock? Isn't it like 500 feet or something?
Yeah,
stupid,
it's real loud.
Yeah.
This is super fucking loud, but
Okay.
it's a lot of damage. You gotta gauge your risks.
It's
All right, let's see it.
not casting. Hold on.
It's
There
doing
we go.
that for me, and nothing
That's
is
a-
reacting much. Here's a con save 15. I think it succeeds.
I think
Nah.
you've got it on this. I don't think you've set up the damage for it. I think it's set up in the spell card. Do you know when you actually go into
Yeah.
the spell? Yeah.
That's okay. Tigos, go ahead and
Wait.
roll a 3d8.
But wait. Can I give my roll thingy? Don't I have? Is this? Oh, fucking.
It's not an attack roll. This is a saving throw on the part of the monster here. If you meant your
Oh.
inspiration, or unless you wanted to do something else.
No, that's not what I meant. Sorry.
If
Go
you can
for it.
reduce it by 1, that's a save DC.
I don't know if you guys
I
have a
don't think
bar.
I can reduce.
Yeah.
Actually.
So
Alright, 3d8, thunder damage.
Roll it.
roll 20's being weird. Hold on.
Yeah, it's not even on his side here. It's just straight up roll 20. I've been having to reload a few times here. Something's up.
Get some real dice out.
I can roll for you if you want to. I can try at least. But I'm a DM, so I'll roll all ones. That's how that goes.
Like a 3d8 right here in my hand if you want help.
I'll roll it up for you here, Ticos, just to like keep the. Oh, there we go. Never mind. That is 10 points of damage, but it succeeds, so that's 5 points. I mean, the thunder hits it, so ripples for a moment, then reassembles itself. Not our face. Just continues to sort of groan.
Oh shit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Nancy. You blasted here. The ladder, the stairs that you guys came in through are shattered. This is a 10-foot radius spell, right?
Oh shit.
The stairs are blasted. Now there is the railing that's sort of left over, but the stairs are like 10 feet up. You need to climb up. Okay.
Is the grate being damaged? The grate below?
The grate does get damaged, but it's a big iron grate. It's not as, like,
Okay.
it bends, and it's also, the body of the thing is partially still coming through this thing. This thing has just started emerging into this room.
Cool.
Okay, yeah. Nancy, you blast your spell here, but the creature is hardy and resists it.
Remind me again. So with the Find Familiar, do you command them on a bonus action or just?
No, any point into your turn, before your turn, during your turn, or after your turn.
So Nancy would like Quip,
Mistress.
who conveniently was right here,
Okay.
to kind of like distract him, basically giving the help action to anyone else coming up.
Gotcha. Simple enough. He'll try to like yell at this thing, distract it. He starts yelling at it like, "I bet you can get into my mouth and choke me to death. I bet you can collapse my lung by choking me. Come on, do it! Ah!"
He's
And so
waving
opens
his
mouth and
non-existent hands, you know.
He's
My
sticking his
favorite
tongue out
NPC
at him.
all times.
That creepy little thing is Jay's favorite character to voice. Like,
That's like
you know.
Strong
slime-
Glenonly Mulligan fucking
The
energy.
slime
Yeah.
goes like, "What the fuck?" Like looking at it. As excellent. There we go, Nancy. That's gonna be your turn. Advantage help action against Pinocchio.
Nope.
Before...
Nope.
No.
Fig's gonna use her clock's unwinding to go before.
Let's go.
Time unwinds your sort of artifact glows here. As Noko, you instead get to decide that your turn is, in fact, now. You go right now. So go ahead and take your turn.
I don't know if it's gonna take my whole action, but I say, "It wants this," and I'm gonna let me have it. I can get away and grab the page from her that she stuck in
Noko, do you let her?
her pocket.
It's in a pouch on her side, and no, she won't let her.
Oof, okay. That said, Fig, give me a sleight of hand roll to quickly work through her bag here. This is against Noko's. Noko, you can give me, I guess it's a sleight of hand of yours or athletics to be like, no, stop, don't do it.
Oh shit!
16
Because
here.
it puts her hand
Fig-
on the latch of the bag.
Yeah. Doesn't let you have it. You can't have it. Okay. What now?
Can she-
She's not let-
She hisses at Noko.
Mm.
You stupid! And she'll.
Language.
The stairs are gone, but can she
Stairs are
see
gone.
up to the
Yeah, the
floor
door
above or
is-
whatever.
There's a door like right above this space, 10 feet up.
She misty steps up there.
Doorway. Okay, you're gone. You're out of the room.
You're dumb. And then
Mhm.
can I do an Eldritch Blast back down the hole at the thing?
From above, blast
Yeah.
into. Go ahead and make an Eldritch Blast attack.
And all the while she's like, so stupid.
Very upset.
Language,
Well.
lady.
Eldritch Blast 12 is the AC. It's not that hard to hit a giant slime
Nice.
monster. You totally hit it here, doing 12 points of damage to it. The creature's taking damage. It doesn't really look like he's being injured much. Like, you're doing full damage and everything. This is just a very hardy creature. Maybe a lot more surprisingly hardy than you would have thought.
Okay. I do have repelling blast. Can I
Boom.
push it back down the hole 10 feet?
You
Nice.
blast it back down into the hole. Boom, it disappears. You flush it, right? As it just it goes down into the hole again. Into the hole. And it goes down. Okay, the creature is 10 feet below the grate, but it does also mean, because it's a slime creature, it can fit through the grate. You guys can't reach it right now. It's like 10 feet below you. Okay.
I
That
also
said,
use some of my movement afterwards to get a little bit away from
Where are you going?
all
Front
this.
door, back door?
back.
Front door, you
Back
can
door.
still kind of hear the guards like, I didn't find anyone. Where did they? I guess we should be going back to guard the captain's place. And they're like figuring out like, there's no myriad out here. What the hell happened?
Well,
And
I'm not going out of the house.
You're just hearing them.
I like freak out and then I like hide under the table.
You run under the one table. It's the one
Nice.
object in the room. That's it. It's the table. You get under it.
Yes.
The only furniture.
Gotcha. All right, Noko, now it is your turn.
All right, perfect. Exactly what I wanted to do. Do I see anything around me that could block this crate?
That can what? Sorry.
That could block this
That
crate.
can block the grate. I mean, yeah. You see like a box in the corner over here. You have a table next to you. You can flip it over and put it down.
I mean, it's already quite far through, right? It's already like enough
10
through.
feet.
It's
below.
10 feet down.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You look around, you know that this thing is made of strange, like, ooze-like acid. Whatever you put there, it'll be just a matter of time until it melts through it, right?
Yeah.
But you'll be able to hold it down if you just put something heavy on it, maybe.
Well, at the beginning of her turn, she'll yell up to Fig, "I didn't know you were gonna do that!" And then she'll flip the table, like just
Mhm.
like pull it from the legs of it and like slam it down onto the grate. And
Okay. I need you to roll
Yes.
a luck roll here. This is
All right.
extremely important. Go ahead. I want you to roll a d20, and I want you to call odds or evens. Well, hold on.
sorry.
Okay, one more time. Call it
Odds.
odds or evens.
Odds again.
Okay, odds again.
Nope.
Okay, Noko, you flip the table. Bam! You place it down onto the thing. You stomp your foot on it. They're like, okay, this should hold it. You hear the most horrifying sound. You look over, and one of the candles rolls, hits one of the barrels. You watch the 3 barrels of black powder begin to ignite, and fire is slowly trickling up until it goes into the barrel. You realize the flames are going to. There's 3 barrels of black powder here. This house is going to turn into a crater in a moment.
Okay. Did that. What did that take? My action, my bonus action, free
Okay.
action.
No, this is, we'll say, one of your attacks. Boom, you kick it over. It's now upside down on top of this thing.
Okay.
Yeah?
I would, as let's say, my bonus action, then pull out my the flat. What is it called? Water skin, and just like
Okay.
throw it at the barrels to try and douse the fire.
Awesome. Awesome. Give me a athletics or sleight of hand roll as you like spray it here as much as you can.
Alrighty.
Let's see if you're accurate enough.
14.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's spreading quickly, right? As you're trying to like stop it. 14, you are able to stop the fire here. You sort of put it out. As you realize, like, oh my
Sorry about
god, we
that.
almost all fucking died. As you put it out quickly here, the table is covering this thing. You realize this thing is going to start trying to push through. It's a wooden table. It's going to melt through it eventually. Yeah.
Yes, I will stand on it, and that's my
Stand
turn.
on top of it. Okay, very good. Orlin. Oh, I double tapped. Sorry. Orlin, it is now your turn.
I was gonna cast Moonbeam. I was gonna cast Moonbeam, but I'll kill Noko.
You're willing to bet that's some sort of a shapeshifter.
Yeah, I was thinking.
She'll yell, "It won't hold long."
Mm-hmm.
Ah, fuck's sake. Yeah, but I need to be the last fucker out of here. Really, I need to be the last person out of here. All right, I'm gonna move into this doorway, and is that another? It's gonna get through like really fast, right?
Well, the grate is being blocked right now, so at least it'll take it one turn to melt through it. Like, you guys have effectively removed it from a fight for one turn. You bought yourself around with Noko flipping the table, holding it down, and Noko standing on top of it. Noko, you realize, like, I got about 10 seconds before this thing, like, fucking bursts through it, right? As you look down, Noko, and you see the wood begin to slowly kind of, like, smoke. Like you see little smoke trails begin to emerge, and it begins to turn like blackened in spots slowly. Yeah.
All right, cool.
This thing is fire? What the fuck?
It's not fire; it's acid, seemingly.
Yeah, I guess. So I guess I'm. So nobody's above me right now, right? Like these are just like boxes.
The ceiling is like 10 feet above of this room of the basement.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've got no way of getting up there quickly. I'm going to turn into a giant spider. I'm going to fill up a good chunk of the space, but yeah. It's my only climbing. It's my only real way to climb.
Otherwise, athletics or acrobatics here to climb up the side.
Yeah, and if I fail it, it's going to mess me up in a big way.
Okay, you become a giant, adorable spider. As gigantic.
It's adorable until you see the venom dripping down.
Yeah, I just yell. I yell, "Good idea, Orlin. Perfect."
And I guess, and I guess that was my bonus action. Am I able to hold an action to bite it if I see it?
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. You can hold an action ready to bite here. Okay, gotcha.
I'll do that.
Excellent. The creature begins to try and burst through it, and the amount of acid damage it is able to do. Noko, as you're holding it down here, you watch the wood begin, like pieces of acid begin to bubble through it. These like blackened spots begin to sort of melt away, and bubbles of acid begin to like emerge from below. As this thing begins to squeeze itself, like splitting itself into many and emerging from the hole and then like reassembling up top. This turn, it is mechanically 5 feet beneath you, just underneath the grate. But it takes its full turn to burn through the what's it called, the wood of the table, right, with its acid attacks. Next turn, it'll be able to emerge, but you now guys see it through the grates below you, as the table sort of splits in half.
I'll just I guess, Noko, if you move, I can stall it.
As you see it through the grates there, you have giant like spider mandibles, right? You can bite through the grates if you want to make that attack now.
Cool. Yeah, I'll do that. Why not? Bye.
I'd like to
I'll just step aside. Oh shit!
Sorry. Someone said something about the hell patching with the little familiar.
Yes, you have a familiar here. Is like, come on, get me, I'm right here. As you attack with advantage here. 22 is amazing. Give me some damage. Nice.
11 piercing.
18.
Yeah.
11 piercing and 7 poison, right? This creature seems to be resisting the piercing aspect of your attack, but it takes the full amount of poison here. Cool. Noko, I gotta move you just for a second because you're on top of the guy.
Yep.
There you go. You can step back on him now.
All right,
Cool. Very good. That's the giant spider's ready to attack here as we went to its turn, and it took its turn to melt through the table, and next turn it will emerge. Fang. Yeah, you're standing here. The stairs were there, but are now like blown up. I'm gonna need an acrobatics or athletics to leap up using the railing and sort of climb out. If that's your plan.
This is the first time you hear a Fang curse. But he doesn't say the bad words. He yells, "Damn it, Nancy!"
The fuck
And,
I do?
He yells,
Nancy throws a
he
grenade
yells,
into the corner and
"Noko,
goes, "What did I
give
do?"
me the page, and I'll draw it away."
I don't have the page.
Noko, throw me the page.
No.
Noko, throw me the page, and I'll draw it away.
Mhm.
Wait,
He
what?
just stares at you.
Noko's not giving up the page, huh?
Okay.
What are you doing?
I'm getting out of here. Cause
Okay.
what do I roll? Acrobatics?
Acrobatics or
Is it
athletics, your call. It's not
athletics?
a hard climb. Athletics or acrobatics,
Oh, okay.
your call.
Okay.
15 is good enough to climb this 10-foot sort of
It is.
climb. You leap up, grab onto the thing, swing yourself monkey bar style, and land up top where you see Fig there in a room under a table. All right, excellent. That is just that's all of your movement. You get to the top of this. You're now looking down into this room over here. Fang, you still have your action and bonus action. You can dash as a bonus. You can attack as your action. What would you like to do?
As my action, I like to move more.
Okay.
And
Where are you
then
going?
bonus
Front door or
action,
back door?
go out
Which
the
door?
back door.
Back door. You quickly
Because
dash
the
towards the
back door. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Sounds good. Sorry, I think I was interrupting you, speaking over you. You rush to the back door. Doors open as you guys left it open. Unlocked as you left it unlocked. You rush outside. You look. There's the railing there. If you want to, go ahead and give me another acrobatics or athletics roll to vault the fence there and get out of here. 25. You hop out. You're on that other map we were on before. You are out of this building. You're out. Okay. Very good.
Perfect.
Fang, that's going to be your turn. As you use all of your movement and action bonus action to just get the fuck out. Mission is success. We have the book, the incriminating evidence. We have it. Nancy, it is now your turn. This thing is emerging again next turn. Your friends have hit it a few times. It took some damage here, but it does not seem to be that badly injured.
All right, Nancy. So can Nancy deduce that they're like explosives? Based on Noko's reaction.
You see Noko spray it with water immediately here. Give me are you proficient with alchemy tools?
Not alchemy, but...
Okay. In which case, go ahead and give me just a straight intelligence roll to see if you can figure out what this is. We'll say DC 14 to figure out if you'd recognize what material this is. 18. You look over and see 3 barrels of packed black powder. Enough to level this entire house.
You see anyone who's down there sees Nancy's like face begin to grin really deeply. She says, all right, everyone get out. I have a plan.
As she's intensely looking at the giant barrels of black powder.
Okay.
Nancy, one thing that happens at the start of your turn as well, you hear this like, and you peek over into the other room, and you see that the statue's head is kind of moved, and it's one of its wings is not exactly as it was a moment ago.
Ooh.
Fuck.
I
I don't think that affects the plan any bit.
To you.
Just letting you know,
Get the fuck out!
Yeah. Noko's standing on a table, even not one of us.
So, quick question: the meal I got from that orc guy, right? The one that gives me spider climbing.
Yeah.
Can I eat that as a bonus action?
You would have to consume it fully. It would take an action, because it's a deep fried giant leg, right? Spider leg thing, and to eat it in 6 seconds is ridiculous.
I don't know. Have you seen anyone eat? How many of those do I have? Is that only one?
You had one. Yes.
All right. So
it's like it's like multiple, but you need to consume all of them as it's like a single meal.
All right. So her. Can I drag
It's like
Quip?
a Skyrim character eating 500 cabbages in less than a second. Yeah, sorry. Quip is just like trying to distract this thing. It's not working, mistress.
Can you drag Quip right here? Because he's important for my plan.
Yeah, sure. Very well. Yes, yes. Let me get him for you. Quip the Quasit is coming on. He is right there.
All right, so Nancy with her action is gonna eat the thing, right? To gain
Okay,
climbing.
you eat it. You now have the ability of spider climbing for the next day. Yeah.
All right. And then she's gonna, as she's running past, I'm assuming there's still like candles burning on the ground, right?
There's probably a few that are just like rolling around into the corners of the room.
She's gonna grab one, hand it to Quip, and be like, all right, in 10 minutes, I want you to light these barrels and blow up the place. And then she's gonna climb up and get out.
He looks at the slime creature, says, 10 fucking minutes? I can't survive with this thing for 10 fucking minutes.
There's like
Hide,
100 rounds.
Hide.
Mistress, I
You can
wanna
turn
say,
invisible,
are you fucking
dumbass.
Crazy? Okay, this is a slime creature. It doesn't have eyes. How does it see? As it becomes invisible, holding a little torch. As this creature looks around, you see it doesn't have eyes. It looks immediately at the invisible little demon. Just making sounds at him.
You know what? Make it a minute.
Okay. Oh god.
And then Nancy climbs the fuck out. She told everyone to get out. So.
Nancy with spider climbing, you're up on the thing, you walk out, you're looking down into the room, but you've slightly moved. You see Fig under a fucking table, the door's open, you see bolting out of the yard, out fully, is Fang. Yeah.
As Nancy's passing Fig, she's gonna say very calmly, you might want to get out, the place is gonna blow up. And then she's gonna run out.
You fucking peel out of there. Okay. Fig, we go to you. You hear like, place is gonna blow up. You go, what? And you see that Noko is still in the room down there.
I need to add
Never
that
listen to me.
as a parent of an actual teenage girl, you never trust me. Absolutely cracked me up. How many times has she in this session told her, like, I trust you, you will do fine, but not now. Like, this is perfect.
Not the time. Yes.
You hear her yell down. Trust me. And look at you. Now you're gonna get killed.
Oh God, this is too real. It's too real.
Can I hold? Can she hold her action to like see if Nako gets up here, and then run the fuck out with her super fast cat run?
Well, that's right, feline agility, right? You can double your movement here. You can ready it, so you sort of like get low and get ready to sprint. You're like, come on, get out. You're waiting for her. So, oh yeah?
Not the meta game, but you could also like do the help action, so if she does try to climb up, she can get advantage.
But then she won't have a dash action.
Oh, is it an action?
Right?
No.
Be able to move. It's an action to run, yeah. When it's not on your turns, you have to ready an action to dash. Fig, you're just looking to her like, come on, we gotta get out of here. You see, you have climbing speed, right? You can, with your feline agility, like that, you're out, right? If you want to, you're just waiting on her. And speaking of, Noko, it is now your turn. The thing is starting to push through the grates again, having melted through the table.
All right. I know this is not exactly what my weapon says, but I would like to take my frozen spear.
Okay.
And on top of that, use my frost chill ability to kind of like stab through the table into the creature.
Stab
yeah,
down.
and try to like just instead of the movement debuff and everything, just freeze the table in place for a little bit, if that helps in any way.
Very cool. Go ahead and make an attack. You're just sort of like stabbing down here. I'm going to say you can have advantage on this attack roll because there's not really a chance for you to miss here easily. It's like filling most of the space down below. Nice. 22 here. Chilled and stab. Boom! You stab down as it make these sounds. The moment it does, you see the ice crystal atop of the spear sort of glows as it impacts it. As you learn something about these creatures here.
Oh shit.
Noko. You see it violently and sort of afraid jumps back as it feels cold. these creatures are weak to cold, to ice.
Oh, shit.
As it... However, you do damage here. That is going to be 7 and 11. Wait, what? Oh, that's
So
your
no,
two-handed roll.
yeah,
Gotcha.
7. It's
So
gonna be
11.
7 piercing and
Oh.
5 cold.
Gotcha. 7 and 5 cold. So 5 cold is doubled to 10. So that's 17 points of
Nice.
damage to it. It is not bloodied. It's injured. It's pissed off. As it frost freezes, looks on up. The ice begins to spread as the creature shakes its body and begins to push further here. Your attempt is unfortunately not entirely successful here. You do damage to it. It is slowed by 20 feet next turn. However,
Nice.
this creature can't be easily as frozen here. You don't manage to stop it. You learn its weakness. That's the trade-off.
Awesome. I will. Yes,
Bonus and movement.
bonus action.
Stairs are gone. You see Faye looking to you like, come on, just staring at you as she's ready to bolt.
Yes, I will bonus action step of the wind and spend a key point, focus point to disengage.
Disengage.
And I will take some damage from that because she is
Very
not.
Not a surprise.
The joints start aching as she dashes up.
You book it. You see Quip going like a minute. Okay, so 5, 4, 3. Starts counting down. Very not intelligent. He doesn't know how long that is. He starts looking to the thing like, okay.
So 90 feet.
9 feet. You.
I spot.
I need you to, before you continue. Sorry to interrupt. I need you to climb that wall. That's an acrobatics or athletics roll.
Sorry. My intention was to climb the remainder of the stairs and then use the spider to climb all the way up.
Like jump
because...
up. Sorry, go on and roll.
Of course, he's massive, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Orlin, if you want to help her sort of get out, she can help.
Yeah. I'll do like a little boop as I feel them jump on my back to give me a little like boost.
Get the fuck out!
Very good. Hop on out. Let's see. Acrobatics with advantage, please.
Alrighty, nice. Acrobatics.
On a 12, you're out.
Nat 20.
Double it. Very good. Natural 20. You lunge forward, grab onto things, spin around the bar, land on the spider, leap up out of the room as you see Fig there. Fig, you see her jump out and she looks to you. You guys look at each other like, let's go. You move incredibly. You move pretty fast, Noko, as you've trained your body this way. It feels hard. You know what I mean? You feel something pop in the back of your hip. It's like, oh no. As you continue to move, you see Fig, when you use your feline agility, do you get like on all fours or are you just fucking sprinting? Yeah. Oh, sorry, you're kind of quiet.
Get on all fours and start running really fast.
Incredible. You with your 90 feet.
Oh, actually, you know what? I'm just gonna get on that fucking flying thing. Doesn't that fly faster?
That's right. It does fly. If you want to activate its ability and float out of here, you can jump on the skateboard, right, and fly out of here quickly. As you yourself, I will say, with a natural 20 Noko, as she begins to float up out of here, you jump, grab the flying fucking skateboard, the Ashari sky sail, and you float over that second fence. You guys are out. You see the guard.
Oh, nice.
Big, if you time it correctly, you can get propelled by the explosion.
No need for that. For finally my free action, I will pocket my grappling hook from the other side, so I don't leave it.
Grappling hook is you got it. Gotcha.
Where's Orlin?
Orlin, last one in the room. Not one of us, not our face. As it's emerging.
I look, see everyone's gone. I'm like, all right, great. I'm gonna scuttle up the wall. So with my staff, I've got 35 feet movement. And then I can dash so I can move 70 feet. I'm going to take an attack of opportunity because I got nothing to get away from it.
Okay,
I'm not
it is
risking
under the thing. It will have.
Okay.
It's not going to do that. It's not going to just make an attack of opportunity. It has a special ability here, and this instead is going to be a dex save for you as this creature reaches out to you. As one of the tendril touches you, a intense necrotic pain rocks through your body instantly. As the creature doesn't just attack, instead it uses Life Leech. I need you to make a dex save or this thing restrains you and grabs you and does 28 points of necrotic damage to you.
All right. Let me
this is a very powerful attack. 15
Alright,
is the
so-
DC, or you might be stuck here as Quip is like 3, 2,
So,
1, and walking towards the dynamite.
Because obviously it doesn't add my proficiency to this.
Yeah.
Whatever this is, it's +2. Because I think, right? Because
Are you proficient in dex saves?
No. Oh, sorry, I'm not. No, sorry, no, not. No,
I
mind.
don't
Ignore
think
me.
so, right?
No, ignore me. Ignore me.
I know
think this has
wisdom is
better.
better for you. And,
No,
and
that's
I
sorry.
get-
My bad. My bad. I got mixed up with something
all
else.
good, all good. We're looking for any
Do I?
advantage we can have.
I'm just
It's
thinking.
fine.
Do I have anything here?
Uh-huh.
I have.
Is
I have
Greta?
inspiration.
Inspiration, come on.
Uh-oh.
Nope.
6, brutal.
I give him mine.
Yeah.
Usually it's 1 inspiration per here, but we are at the very end of the session here. I'll allow it. One
Plus-
last chance. One
Plus he
last
might
attempt.
die.
Plus he might
I mean, to be
die.
fair, of everyone here, I've got the best chance of surviving it. I think I've got
There's-
one thing which might potentially, but
Yeah.
I would have to get really lucky for it to
Let's
work.
go with that last inspiration
go.
here. As Fig, you feel something, a click within the artifact as you look back and focus. Where is Oh my god! Incredible. Fig, you feel a click as you realize, like, oh no, he died. And then you see crawling out of this small doorway is a gigantic fucking spider, multicolored spider. As you escape this thing's grasp, climb up the wall with your 70 feet of movement, you have spider climbing. You don't need to roll any acrobatics. You book it quickly as this thing tries to grab you immediately here. Because you succeed, you take no damage at
Let's
all.
go.
I was just going to say, if that wouldn't have worked, what my gut reaction was, I was just going to web the closet and just think I can maybe fight these things for a little bit at least.
Nice.
You know?
Okay.
That's good thinking.
As you jump on in, the creature looks horrified. The tome, the page, no! If I can't have it, no one will! And the creature grabs onto one of the candles and throws it into the barrels itself, hoping to obliterate you all. After all, that's exactly why they have this insurance, this backup plan here. All of you are already across the fence. There is a sound so loud all of a sudden behind you. There is a sound so loud that your brain commands your ears to deafen you. All sound fades instantly as you lose hearing, as a thunder so loud goes off behind you. I need all of you guys to make strength or dexterity saving throws as the building behind you turns into just a volcanic eruption of stone and brick and fire. As
Can it be an intelligence saving throw?
It cannot, unfortunately. If you have a spell that might help you, as this is like a concussive impact over the explosion pushing out.
Oh wait, hold up. I can cast. So
Shield is awesome. If you cast shield, I'll say you can add a +5 to your.
yeah, I'll
saving throw
cast.
of
I'll cast shield.
Awesome. You can
Wait,
add
no,
a
I don't have it
+5 to the
prepared.
saving throw.
Wait,
Ooh,
hold on. Wait, hold on. Would you argue mage armor still up?
Mage armor lasts all day. I'll say it is up, but it doesn't help with like dex saves right here in this.
Damn.
Horrible
Shield
rolls.
would have,
Yeah, but I look cool.
unfortunately- You do look cool, but no. As the house, boom, explodes, we see the roof of it fragments into million pieces and flies across the city. The guards that were in the process of entering the house are turned to dust and charred bodies, as all of the guards are just incinerated. You all watch as the building is shattered into a million pieces. There is a crater left where it was. The creature inside, a sliming creature, is just obliterated. It is gone wherever it is. Let's see. Fig, on 21, you're flying away, coasting across the buildings here. Noko, the building explodes, sends you flying. You hit your ribs inside on a rail of a rooftop of a building. You fall down. I need you to make a con save here. Nancy, on a 12, you are launched flying. You slam directly into a wall of another building. Fang, you're able to sort of get some cover before it happens here. Nancy, con save for you here as well. Giant Spider 10, you are rocketed upwards, you flip and spin through the air, and you wrap around what is basically like a telephone post, right? Like a lamp post. You wrap yourself around it with high impact. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for the spider as well. This impact is so strong that those of you who fail are rocketed more than 70 feet away from this house as it detonates. You are fully like Team Rocket sent through the fucking air.
No!
I wonder.
The owl is Nova is obliterated. Boom! Nova disappears in this explosion here.
I wonder if Quip made it.
Okay, good news here. All of you who failed
Quip, who was right there.
No, did not. Last thing we see is he looks at it like a smile, and then we get like a cross fade as the color of the scene disappears, just becomes black and white, and his face looking directly into the fire, and it's just white, just gone. So the rolls here were, friends, those of you who failed those dex saves were rocketed through the city at such crazy velocity. You hit buildings here as they partially like get blasted and destroyed here. The roll was a DC 15 to see if any of you break or lose any limbs on impact here from this forceful, violent impact. Boom, 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 boom. All of you hit buildings, land down. As you see, these guards are freaking out. You hear whistles immediately in the neighborhood as a bunch of people come out looking like, what is happening? As some of the guards start appearing here, you guys are sort of limping, getting out of the situation with the book and the page in hand and the sword. As you see the guards approaching here, immediately yelling, it's a terrorist attack. A terrorist attack is happening. Someone bombed Captain's house. We got to find out what happened. Was the captain inside? Was the captain inside? One of the guards who's coming back like, oh my God, the captain just came back home. Find him quickly. And people are starting to move into the rubble. You hear more like explosions happening as the burning of the black powder is like kind of chaining off of itself here now as all of you go to try and disappear into the night. We end a session here, rewinding back to the tavern, as Sergeant BS goes like, just try to be subtle. Let's try to do this quietly so there's no suspicion, that there arises no suspicion. We cut back to you guys seeing a crater where Captain's house was, as all of you are like, oh God, my ribs, moving away, getting the fuck out of this situation, as you guys have... it's not entirely your blame, but at one point it was your plan to blow up this house.
I think we can cut at the scene where Noko is like taking Nancy by the scruff of her jacket and pushing her into a wall. What the fuck did you do?
We are going to pause and continue right there next session in a dark alleyway somewhere, holding this book, holding this page, and holding this like dark blade.
I was gonna say Nancy would probably look to Fig and says, "I'm the chaotic one."
It's gonna be a for my part, like I think like what we know that Nancy told out loud to
I did it telepathically.
fucking Kremlin that. Sorry?
Yeah, she did it telepathically. So she told the minion, the little demon, right, to go like grab the thing and do it. So all you know is the demon went 5, 4, 3, 2, and then.
Okay. Sorry.
But
In that case, yeah.
I mean, you're smart. You're smart. She did say, "I have a plan. Get out of here."
And then. Yeah, got out inside. I will let you guys make your own conclusions and decisions here. However, we're going to end the session right here.
All right.
As we continue next time, a lot of things are going to happen here. Subtlety was an option, but I was wrong. It was not an option. We are now, and this is the best part of sandbox games here, where you guys get to do crazed shit that I have to adjust to, and that's fun for me. So, first of all, mission complete. We did it. We got what we came for. We left wreckage and ruin in our path, but maybe that's just what we do, right? So, yeah, Chaos is fucking gone, man. Delete that thing off the map. Next time we pick up, we're going to have to look through that book. We have some evidence that some of these people disappear, and apparently in 2 days' time, they are planning to invite you for some sort of meeting where you realize these people have like all disappeared. There might be some adjustments to a plan now that the page, the book, and the house are gone, right?
Well, the book and the page we have.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That, yeah,
from these guys, from them, right?
Yeah,
So they who planned this to invite you. Now a bunch of stuff is gone. All of a sudden. As you guys disappear into the alleyway, we're gonna have to deal with what's going on here. As the city's just gonna be on alert. There's a party happening at the mayor's house right now. As people look out the window and you see a part of a town just turn into a mushroom all of a sudden, right? Yeah, everyone, thank you so much for playing. We went a little longer than usual here. I apologize, but I hope you guys enjoyed here. A little. Well, it started as a stealth mission. We all had a different plan, and all of them sort of worked out, and we met up at the end of it.
I will just say Nancy's plan would have worked if Sir Foopers didn't come out.
Well,
I mean, it's exactly 4 hours we played. That's perfect. I love it.
Yeah, that works.
Good
that
length.
works.
Yeah.
Very good. I know it's just like after midnight for some of you guys. I don't want to hold
That's completely fine. I like three. I feel like it's too little. 4 is perfect.
Jay, that's the most DM thing. You're telling me you didn't think that putting explosive barrels in front of Nancy, the most impulsive character,
Listen,
wouldn't
they were
result
there.
in exploding? I'm just saying.
They were absolutely there as a sort of like countermeasure to anything truly horrible happening. And you guys
are truly horrible.
You put a table on this thing, and this thing would have probably done it earlier if one of you guys escaped with the scroll, maybe, right, itself. But Noko threw a table on it. So by the time it realized, like, oh, it's gone, it was too late for it to do. It could have been a lot more dangerous here, right? Next time we'll find out what the sword is. We know what the page is because of that natural 20 from Noko here, as Fig realizes that her sort of arcane focus, her arcane center, it was trying to like reach out for this thing, strangely enough. Absolute chaos. Very fun. Friends, is everyone good for playing next week?
Yep.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yep.
All right. Fang?
Great
good?
session.
Oh, did you leave already? No? Fang, you there?
Nice though.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, yeah, I was just checking if you're good next week. Gotcha. Very cool, very cool.
Yeah.
Great session, everyone. Very great session here. Super excited for more to see just how fucking crazy you guys get here. And yeah, that's a fun mention here. We do not have any heavy armor people.